And we are live. How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to another Wednesday Q&A. I love doing these things. One of my highlights of the week when it comes to not only YouTube, but just life in general, because I have so much fun doing them. But I'm not doing this thing alone. I have two awesome guests with me today. First, I'm joined by Trevor from Film Geeks, as always. Trevor, how you doing today, man?
I say it every week, man. Happy hump day. Always happy to be here. Look forward. Wednesdays is like it's a new Friday, you know? It's like what's midweek, I guess you can call it. A little something to celebrate every Wednesday when we're doing these.
It is, yeah. It gets you through the week. And then making his first appearance on the Film Stock channel, I actually got to go on his channel twice for a Tenet spoiler discussion, and then a favorite movie and why a new series he's doing is Jack from Fanatic Films. And also, it's his birthday. Happy birthday, Jack. How you doing?
Happy birthday. Yep.
What's up, guys? Thank you for having me, guys. This is awesome. I've been wanting to be on for a while, but every Wednesday for the last month, it's just been busy, but today it worked out. So I'm happy to be here.
Yeah, well, I'm glad you're here, man. I'm ready to answer some questions. If you guys are in the chat, I see we have 9 people in here right now. Definitely consider hitting the like button because it helps out in the algorithm. I always have to say that. And then drop your questions. We're going to hang out here for a while and have some fun. I see Stranger Boy was in here at 7:02 p.m. Eastern saying 117 more minutes. Thank you. You're a very loyal subscriber who's always in here. Yep. Sammy Boy says Black Widow moved to May. That's a rip. Yeah, that's so sad. We're not getting a new MCU movie for the first time since 2009. Very sad. Very sad indeed. And then the first question from Sammy Boy. Have you seen the movie Wind River? Trevor, have you seen Wind River?
I haven't heard of it.
Really? Okay,
Nope.
I have seen it. It stars Jeremy Renner and Elizabeth Olsen. It's directed by Taylor Sheridan, I want to say, and he's the guy who wrote Sicario, I believe. But have you seen it, Jack?
I have not. That's actually one that I've been looking for on Blu-ray for a while because I have wanted to see it, but I haven't yet. But it's on my radar. I keep looking for it everywhere. So eventually the time will come.
If you guys like Sicario, I don't know if you've seen Sicario. I think you'll like Wind River. I need to revisit Sicario. I never finished that movie, surprisingly.
Really?
Maybe this is a hot take. I think it's good, but it's not. I think it's a little overhyped. If I'm being honest.
Okay.
Oh, I'm on the same boat. I'm on the same boat.
Everyone. Yeah.
Yeah, because I love military type movies and stuff like that, and the trailer makes it look like it's high military action all the time, and I was like, oh, that looks really cool. And you don't really get into that until far into the third act, actually getting into that type of stuff. So I was like, okay, that's not really what I thought it was going to be. A little more of a slow burn. I still think it's beautifully shot. I think it's a very well done movie.
Oh yeah,
and it scared the living crap out of me. Especially the opening scene scared the crap out of me. But yeah, I mean, I don't think it's as greatest movie of all time, like some people say it is.
Yeah. No, it's if you don't like this movie, on the film Twitter, which is just a toxic place anymore. God, you can't say anything without getting knives at you, But you say Sicario's overrated, your head's off. You're done. You're dead. It's bad news. But probably my least favorite Denis film that I've seen.
I never finished Sicario because I started dozing off. I just didn't want to say that, but I did. Yep. I started dozing off about an hour in. I was like, this movie is just not what I thought it was going to be. So I will have to give that one a proper rewatch. Enemy is a movie that he's done that is probably my least favorite. It's good, but it's too almost artsy. It makes you interpret too much, almost to a fault, in my opinion. But he hasn't made a bad movie though. I don't think he's a really good director. Prisoners has got to be my favorite though.
Oh, easily, dude.
Yeah,
easily.
Yeah.
I haven't seen Blade Runner 2049. I haven't seen a lot of his movies though, but Blade Runner 2049 I heard is great.
Yeah, that one's on my 100 movies list, which I'm definitely slacking on that right now.
Yeah.
Jack zoomed through that thing.
Yeah. I mean, I had time over the summer.
Yeah.
I actually haven't watched a lot recently, if I'm being honest. I'm watching. It's on my TV right now. The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly for the first time, and that one will go on my list. But that's the first one on the list I've watched in maybe a week or so.
Yeah, that's a great movie. So I'm glad you're watching it. Sammy Boy, how many movies do you have in your collections? Do you guys only buy movies you like or just randomly buy them as you see them? Trevor, do you have an estimation? I think we were actually talking about this one day.
Yeah, I would say I have very close to 500 Blu-rays right behind me.
It's impressive.
Yeah, and then I have I used to collect DVDs when I was in high school, like or middle school to high school. Like I would like mow lawn, my neighbor's lawns and all stuff like 7th, 8th, 9th grade summers. So every dollar I'd make, I would be like going to the used DVD store buying DVDs. But as for like, do I randomly buy them? Yeah, I blind buy all the time. It's beautiful. Like if I look right here, I still haven't opened it, and I bought it like it's Keanu Reeves replicas. Heard it was the worst movie of last year. Dog, it's like it's a brand new movie. Like, and I still haven't seen it. But I just get there sometimes and I can't help myself. I have a stack. I'm like, what's one more? What's one more? Toss it on there, you know?
Yeah. Never saw that movie. But Jack, do you have like an estimation how many Blu-rays you might own?
You know, it was actually I actually just deleted this list today because I wanted to redo it. I started on Letterboxd doing. It was a privated list of my Blu-ray collection, so each movie that I have in my collection, and I was upwards of like 200, and I don't even think I was halfway through. But then I deleted it because I wanted to do it again because it was just getting so much.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'd say I don't have as many because I just started collecting maybe a year and a half ago. Mm-hmm. I'd say maybe around 400, maybe a little bit less. But yeah, that's probably about right. I don't know. I did want to count for my next Blu-ray collection in next January. I wanted to say I have this many, so people can be like, "Oh my God, wow, you spent so much money." But yeah, it's about a rough estimate, kind of.
Yeah, I have probably like I think I counted them once. It was over 200. I think I could be wrong, but I don't have like as many as either of you. I don't think, but I have like a decent amount.
And I'll answer the. Sorry, I'm Paul to interrupt. I'll answer the second question as well because I've talked about it before, but I don't blind buy unless I know for a pretty good fact that I'm going to like the movie. So like I have a list. I have like a list on my phone that just continues to grow, and I'm like, okay, I've seen the synopsis. I've seen maybe a trailer or something. I'm like, I have a pretty good chance I'm gonna like this movie. Like Wind River, for example. Mm-hmm. I know I'm probably going to like that movie quite a bit, so it's on my list. I used to blind buy a lot of random stuff, and I regret that now because I'm like, I would go back and say, oh, I don't know why I have this movie or this movie. But I only really like to collect the stuff that I like. Mm-hmm. Like literally today, I went and bought the new Whiplash Steelbook. That's beautiful. That's one of my favorite movies of all time. So I'm like, man. I gotta upgrade to 4K. But that's kind of how I go about it. Criterion's is different because I don't know a lot about the Criterions, but I'm starting to gain knowledge of those movies a bit more.
Yeah, Criterions are fun to get into, like during the sales, especially just like going to Barnes and Noble and like scanning every single title. And then after I leave, I'm like, I really don't know that much about movies because there's like 100 movies there that I've never even heard of. But I'm on the same boat as you. Like I'll blind buy, but if I know I'm going to like it probably. Or if my girlfriend really wants to see it.
Yeah. The only time I may randomly blind buy is like Black Friday now. Like that'll be like the only time.
Ooh, yeah. I go mad. Hold on. Do you guys know if your Best Buys are going to be open Black Friday? My gal told me that always rings me up. We're like friends. It's cool, whatever. She's all saying they're just doing online, which is crazy because the Best Buy I go to is literally like a 20 deep line every time I go. So I'm like, why don't we just do limited people so your boy can get some Blu-rays, Because that's like my favorite day. My favorite day of the whole year is doing that.
Yeah.
What I would probably say is since your lady is saying that, I would assume that's how it's going to be for all Best Buys because I know when we were knee deep in the pandemic and Best Buy was still closed and like you could only do the pickups, Arizona was starting to rebound and get better. So I was like, oh, I wonder when Best Buy is actually going to open. So I asked the guy one day, I said, hey, so when do you guys think you're going to open? And he said, it's countrywide. Like we will not open until the entire country will open their stores. So I don't know if that's how they're going to do it for Black Friday, but I would assume that would probably be the case. I wouldn't count on it happening personally. Which is a shame.
It is a shame. I feel like Best Buy is going to try to because that's a big money day for them. Like we just go to get movies. I get like $200-$300 in Blu-rays, but people are buying fridges and TVs. They're going they're getting thousands and thousands of dollars. Like my Best Buy in my local town, it is it's a big day for them. Like that number, I'd probably puke at how much that number is at the end of the day for them. So That's all. I'm like, maybe they might be like COVID or hundreds of thousands of dollars. Come on. COVID's not real. There's something stupid, but we'll see.
Yeah. Same way asked another question, a food question. If you want to drop food questions, I'm all ears because I love these things. Chips Ahoy or Oreo? I'll answer real quick. Oreo, double stuffed Oreo. Really hard to beat that cookie right there. Trevor, what are you thinking?
I think Oreo is my favorite cookie of all time, bro. All day.
Yeah, Jack.
Double stuffed, man.
Oh, it is so good. Can't beat it. Yeah. Stranger Boy, Will Ferrell and John C. Reilly, or Will Ferrell and Mark Wahlberg. Oh my goodness. So that's a really tough question because they have like the two duos have made separate movies that are like top 3 comedies for me. But I'll let you answer this one first, Trevor, because I know that you love Step Brothers.
It's quite frankly not even a competition for me. It's Will Ferrell and John C. Reilly. I'm not counting Holmes and Watson and I've never seen it, but I'm just gonna go from Step Brothers, my favorite comedy of all time, and Talladega Nights, probably my second favorite comedy of all time. I prefer those way more than the other guys. I'm going Will Ferrell, John C. Reilly.
Okay, Jack, do you agree or do you have a hot take?
It's tough. It's tough because I adore Step Brothers. It's one of my girlfriend's favorite movies of all time. I love Talladega Nights. I think I might actually like Talladega Nights more than Step Brothers, if I'm being honest.
Wow.
But I don't think either of those are on my top 100 list, and the other guys is.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
The other guys is fantastic, man.
I love both duos. I don't want it to seem like I don't, but the stark contrast of Mark Wahlberg and Will Ferrell is hilarious.
I agree.
Like you have like Will Ferrell, like I always like the Lights Camera Barstool guys had done this all summer, made it a meme at 9:15 a.m. They posted that clip, 9:15, let's have a great day. So you've got Will Ferrell who's like that, oh yeah, all nice cheer guy, and then you've got Mark Wahlberg who's like, what was his rant? He's like, I'm literally gonna like shoot you and like take you or something.
If I was a lion and you were a tuna.
Like that will never not be funny for me. Like it's just like the funniest combo, I think. And I think Mark Wahlberg is so underrated in comedy because because he plays that hard character all the time in the comedies to the point where it's funny. I don't know if you guys saw the movie from this. I think it was this year. Spencer Confidential with him.
I watched that one. Yeah.
With him and M'Baku from Black Panther.
Yeah,
Winston Duke. Yeah,
it's such a funny movie. And he was playing that same type of character, like that hard, mean, tough guy. It was so funny. I don't know. I think he's kind of underrated in comedies. That's just my take.
Yeah. For me, like looking at it, I'd probably have to still say Will Ferrell and John C. Reilly because Talladega Nights and Step Brothers, like they have two hilarious movies. And I haven't seen the Daddy's Home movies, which I know is Ferrell and Wahlberg, but the other guys, it's very close. That movie alone almost contends with Step Brothers and Talladega Nights combined. Like, I think the quote that they post on Lights Camera Barstool, he's like, 9:15s, have a great day, everybody. Cut the shit. Like, he just, it's so funny. It's hilarious.
So I think, like, the biggest downfall to the other guys is it wasn't rated R. Like, I think that was, like, the biggest thing. Like, if it was, like, Step Brothers, how it was just so raunchy, so much, like, swearing and cuss words, like, I feel like the other guys was almost held back. If the other guys said the F word, like, if you saw a nice Will Ferrell when they're interrogating a nice cop there, bad cop, if he was saying the F word now, I think it would have been 10 times funnier for me. But I still love the other guys. I'm not trying to hate on it. Aim for the bushes. I say that all the time.
Oh, my gosh. I say that quite frequently as well. That movie's amazing. Yeah. Stranger Boy, turkey or ham? I put both on my sandwiches sometimes, but if I had to pick one forever, I'd say ham. What about you, Trevor?
I put turkey, ham, salami on my sandwich every single day, but for Thanksgiving, I prefer ham over turkey. Like oven roasted ham over turkey.
I prefer ham on Thanksgiving, but fried turkey, we have that. It's like a deep fried turkey. It's really good. Jack, which one do you prefer?
For sandwiches, it's ham. It's just always been, it's either peanut butter and jelly or ham for me. And then Thanksgiving, we just do turkey. And it's been getting better. My dad usually does it. He's not watching this, so like, I'm not worried about it. But there was a few year streak where it was like pretty dry, and I was like, oh, it's okay, but it's kind of chalky. Yeah. But the last few years he's been bringing it back. So, so that's good.
Yeah. That's my problem with turkey on Thanksgiving is because the people always overcook it, I feel. Like just a little bit. You know, they're like, and it's like, oh my god, it's so good, and you're like, yeah, but ham is so like just juicy, and oh my god, I'm sorry, that's just me, my opinion.
You're good. They're both amazing to me. I have ham like on Christmas too, I think, and
Yep.
Easter and like all the holidays.
Yep.
Turkey is just a once a year thing when it comes to that.
Yeah.
But Stranger Boy, another food question: Subway, Jimmy John's, or Jersey Mike's? Jack, which one's the clear answer for you? Looks like you have one.
It's easy. It's Jersey Mike's. It is
Jersey Mike's for me too.
Easy dub 100%. It's Jersey Mike's. It's easy.
I agree wholeheartedly. They don't have one like right near where I live, but they have them in Georgia. But like they have one right near my grandpa's house. So if I'm there, I always get a Jersey Mike's sub, and like I just get all the goodies on it. It's so like I fill that sandwich up with like veggies, all that stuff. I love it. It's one of the best subs you can get. But my preference is Firehouse subs, which is not on this list, but they're all good. And a pub sub. But anyway, Trevor, which one are you?
I never had Jimmy John's or Jersey Mike's. I've had Subway, but if I'm going to go my favorite sandwich spot from my California people, I think it's only NorCal. If anyone's from NorCal, it's called Mr. Pickles. I'm not lying. Like if anyone wanted a sandwich, like I'm a sandwich connoisseur, Mr. Pickles is the way to go. It's the way to go.
Okay.
Like it's like I don't know how to describe it, but you can get the club sandwich, which Chris and you love, turkey, ham,
I love a club.
bacon. But they can make it a triple decker. So it's like 3 pieces of bread. So it goes turkey, ham, bacon with lettuce and tomatoes and pickles, and then a piece of bread, turkey. Oh my god, it's like this big. You can't fit your mouth over it. Oh my, I'm watering right now, bro. I'm like, oh man.
Yeah, that's good. That sounds amazing. Let's see. I like this one. Sammy Boy, is Nightmare Before Christmas a Halloween movie or a Christmas movie, or both? I'll throw that in there. I think it's both. That's why I said that. But if I had to pick one, I think it's more of a Christmas movie, honestly. But Trevor, which one are you leaning towards?
I don't really count it as a Halloween movie. I count it like when I do the Christmas movie, I'll do like a Christmas movie list this year. And Nightmare Before Christmas is definitely a Christmas movie to me. It has Christmas in the name. That's how I look at it.
Yeah. Jack, what about you?
I think it's kind of both, but I would also say Christmas. I mean, they change Haunted Mansion during Christmas time at Disneyland to make it Nightmare Before Christmas. They don't do it during Halloween. They do it during Christmas.
Yeah.
It's got to be a Christmas movie.
Yeah, I will say I watched it for the first time in October. Actually, last year I saw that movie for the first time entirely, which is weird, but yeah. Number one superhero fan. Did I like it? I won't watch it every year probably. It's that I know Tim Burton didn't direct it. Technically, he was like a producer, like Henry O. Selick or someone directed it. But yeah, it's good. It just has that Tim Burton thing. I'm not crazy about Tim Burton.
Yeah, my girlfriend loves it way more than I did. We watched it probably 4 or 5 times from Halloween to Christmas, like November through Christmas, and I'm good with once, but 4 or 5,
yeah. No, that's too many watches. But number one superhero fans in here, always in here showing support. Thank you for stopping by. Hot take: Wreck-It Ralph 1 and 2 are better than Infinity War and Endgame. You came in hot today. You came in swinging.
Excuse me.
I disagree. In the words of Howard Ratner from Uncut Gems, I disagree.
Yeah.
I disagree.
You know, I think the first Wreck-It Ralph's really good, but Wreck-It Ralph 2, I can never rewatch that one, I don't think. But I think we all share the same sentiments with that statement. Yeah, but I appreciate the hot take. That's a certain Vids level hot take. I know he's in here. I saw him in the chat.
That's
lava, bro. That's lava.
Yeah, that's like yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, crazy. Another food question. I like these food questions. It's out of it's out of our normal movie questions. Favorite bread? Mine is Bimbo. Is that a real type of bread?
It's a brand, I'm pretty sure. It's
a brand? Okay.
It's a brand, I'm pretty sure.
I've never heard of it, but I don't know. Trevor, you're the big food guy. Like I know you're the cook probably of us, but go ahead and give your answer.
Like a sandwich, I buy French rolls to make sandwiches every day, so I love a good French roll. But if I'm going from a brand, it's like Artisano, I think it's how you say it. It's really thick. It's almost like cake bread, bro. Like if you want like a really good sandwich, it's really soft. The bread is like this thick, each piece. Very, very good. Really good for French toast. If you make French toast, I don't know if you guys hand make French toast. That's really good bread for it. Sops it up nicely.
Yeah. Jack, do you have a favorite bread?
I don't have a favorite brand of bread because I kind of just get like whatever the store brand is. I do like sourdough bread though. I can get down on some sourdough bread. But I'm just saying, like it's but yeah, I mean that's kind of I'm not like a bread connoisseur or anything.
Yeah.
Sure.
Well, I don't know if you guys have Publix. Do you have Publix grocery stores? No. Well, they have them here, and they have this thing called like white mountain bread. You might have heard of it. It's like it's soft, but like then it has like a crust with like this white powder on it. That's super good to put sandwiches on. It's great. They might have variations of it at other grocery stores.
That's kind of what Artisano is. It has like the
really?
powder on the crust. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Like,
cool.
So
well, maybe it's the same thing. Yeah.
We're agreeing a lot tonight.
We are. Film Alliance, thank you for joining. I appreciate it. I can't speak. Favorite streaming service film. Don't know what that was, but favorite streaming service film. I'll answer first. I think I'd have to say, when it comes to just straight up streaming service movies, probably The Irishman. That was in my top 10 last year. So I'll say The Irishman, but I like El Camino, and I liked Palm Springs too from this year. That was a streaming service. So Jack, I'll go to you first. Do you have a favorite streaming service film? Yeah, put you on the spot.
Yeah, I had to think about this for a second because when I think streaming service, I think like literally only Netflix, but then you said Palm Springs, which is one of my favorites of this year, but I would say my favorite's probably Marriage Story. That was in my top 10 of last year. And I actually rewatched it like a month ago, and it holds up still. It's like really, really good. But then I guess some honorable mentions. The Irishman. I'm not as keen on The Irishman as everyone is. I like it and respect what it is, but I'm not as big on it as everyone else is. Palm Springs, and then I would say from this year, Extraction. I really enjoyed Extraction this year. I thought it was really good.
Same, man. It's real. I thought it was badass.
I did. I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
I wanted action, and that's what I got.
Yeah, Trevor, do you have any different picks?
You guys kind of hit like the main one. Like Marriage Story is one of my favorites of last year. I absolutely love the movie. I watched it 3 times last year. I think I watched it once or twice this year as well. I really, really like it. It's not a movie that like a lot of people rewatch either, and I find it very rewatchable for me. I'm just gonna go from this year. I thought Greyhound was pretty good with Tom Hanks over on Apple TV Plus. What did I watch recently on Not the Devil All the Time? Can't talk about that one. Oh God. One that's a big surprise for me that I don't know. It wasn't for me. It wasn't for me.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. A movie no one liked. Like I don't know if no one liked it, but like no one was expecting it to like it. Magic Camp over on Disney Plus. Bro, I straight love that movie so much with Adam Devine. I thought the movie was great. I honestly can't stop thinking about it. It's probably my top 10 of the year so far.
Magic Camp. I remember you really liked that one. And the one and only Ivan, did you like that one too also?
That one was really sweet. And there's another Disney Plus movie coming out this week. I'm excited for something second born something like that. Royals, something like that.
I can tell you right now, I bet that if we reevaluate this question at the end of the year, the Trial of Chicago 7 could be the number one for all of us. Because Aaron Sorkin, come on.
Did you guys see the new trailer today?
Yep.
I
saw on Twitter.
Shat everywhere. It was so beautiful.
I think you actually quote tweeted it, and I avoided it. I was like, I kind of just want to go into this thing fresh.
No,
and it's so close at this point. Like,
it looks so good. And it's so prevalent to what's happening in the world today.
Yeah.
It's going to be powerful. It's going to be so powerful when it comes out. I'm so jealous of all of the people that are watching it early. Because like I applied for the Netflix Media Center thing or whatever, and I haven't heard back. So
okay.
I'm in the same boat as you, man.
I'm so jealous as you. I think me stopping doing movie reviews didn't really help my case on that front. But I will be patient because that movie looks incredible.
Yeah, I 100% agree. I watched that show today. I was like, and Jeremy Strong, he was in The Gentleman this year. He played the French guy in The Gentleman. I don't know if you guys seen The Gentleman. I know Chris has, but you know what I'm talking about, Chris? Jeremy Strong plays. He plays Mac.
I know who you're talking about.
Yeah. Well, I didn't know he was in this movie. He looks unrecognizable. And if you see in the trailer, like someone did zoom in, like look at like a hippie version of Jeremy Strong. Wow. And Borat. That's how I know him. I don't know the actor's name. What he said at the end. They said like, "What are you willing?"
Sacha Baron Cohen. Yeah.
Yeah. He's like, "What's the price?" Like, what's
really good.
what's like the price you're willing to pay? And he said, the price? Like, my life.
My life, yeah.
I was like, it ended. I was like, got me so pumped, man. It's going to be great. It's going to be amazing.
Yeah, I'm hyped for Mank too, the David Fincher movie, but we don't know as much about that one.
I don't know anything about that.
I'm thinking that might go to next year.
I don't know about that one, man.
I'm not that excited for it either, Jack.
I was going to say, I watched Citizen Kane for the first time like 2 weeks ago. I'm not going to lie. I did not enjoy it as much as everyone else does.
I didn't enjoy it either.
Everyone's like, oh my God, this is the greatest film of all time, blah, blah, blah. And I come out of it and I'm like, okay. I was like, okay, so I just watched it. Okay. I was like, I don't get it. But I don't know. I'm excited to
seen it.
Yeah. I'm excited to see Mank because just to see it. But from the aspect of like, oh, it's about Citizen Kane and all, and I'm like, okay, well, I saw Citizen Kane. I don't think it's the greatest movie of all time. Like everyone thinks it is.
Yeah. I'm just excited because Fincher's attached, but like I don't really care for Citizen Kane. I watched it in like a class for the first time, and I was like, like I get why it was so like revolutionary at the time, but it's not a movie I want to watch ever again. So
I'm not that excited for it because I don't know if you guys have seen the show Mindhunter that David Fincher like directed, created. It's on Netflix. Possibly my favorite show of all time, how good it is. He stopped after season 2, might come back to it in like in a couple years. He said like 2021 might come back to it so he can work on movies. I'm guessing Mank is one of those movies. So it kind of took away from my favorite show. I'm not too happy about it.
Oh, so you've got
a little resistance going.
David Fincher, yeah.
Okay, I see. Okay.
Yeah. Film Alliance asks a great question here. Movies you think should be in the Criterion collection. Jack, you have any that come to mind?
You know, I've actually been thinking about this a lot recently because I was like, what should be in the Criterion collection? And, you know, it's tough because like I look at my collection, I'm like, okay, so what's here that could be in? One that I actually think would be really good is like Hell or High Water.
Okay.
I think. I don't know what the criteria is for like how like actually no, there is none because literally Parasite's coming out next month.
Exactly.
There's no criteria for that. I think something like a Hell or High Water might be good. You know, some of those like smaller low key movies, and that's what they do. But that was the one that kind of hit me was like Hell or High Water because I really, 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 really like Hell or High Water. I think that one would be good. I think Black Klansman would be really good. I know Spike Lee has a few titles in there already. I think Black Klansman would be an awesome addition to it. I'm sorry, I'm just looking at my collection to see what else. Those are kind of the two that really stand out for me right now. But yeah.
Trevor, do you have any? I know that I have a few of my that I want to rattle off, but I'll let you go first.
Couple came to mind right away. One is my favorite movie from last year, Little Women. Thought that might be kind of cool to put on there.
I can already picture some cool cover art for that thing.
That's what I'm saying. That came to mind right away.
The Blu-ray cover's not good,
Oh, you guys don't like it? I think it's nice.
No,
I'm not a fan.
It looks terrible.
It's not that good. I'll admit it's not that good.
Mr. Ronan is cool, but like
put all of them on there.
They had great posters.
I agree.
Like, their campaign was pretty good. Their posters were pretty good. Slap one of the posters on the cover. Like, God,
exactly.
Yeah, I think they should have had like there's like a poster with all the sisters and like all the characters kind of on it. That might have been better, but they could do some really, really cool things, especially with the old-fashioned design that they wear. You know, be really, really cool. Yeah. But possibly my favorite movie of all time, The Perks of Being a Wallflower. I probably won't, but like that would be beautiful, man. I would love that.
That would be awesome. When it comes to like classic films, I'm thinking like super classic that would possibly get them. I already own these movies on Blu-ray, but Casablanca on Criterion would just be so sick. And then if they had some artwork from like the final scene in the movie, I would love that. And then also if Nathan Hale's in here, It's a Wonderful Life would be awesome on the Criterion. I know that's like his favorite movie of all time. And he actually made a video with Nick Acosta, who I've collabed with before about movies that should come to Criterion. So I always like talking about that.
Yeah. That's actually the video that got me thinking about what I think it should be. But actually, you're right. Casablanca, I literally looked at it and I was like, oh, is that too mainstream? But yeah. And then another one, I guess, if I'm looking down at my DVDs, I'd say North by Northwest. Like Hitchcock, a bunch of Hitchcock's movies are already on Criterion. Yeah. I think like North by Northwest would be a good one.
Do a Hitchcock box set with like the classics, like Psycho, Rear Window, that, like the birds. Like I have the Blu-ray of that, but do a Criterion version. That'd be cool.
I was this close to buying that 4K set today.
It's a really cool set. Yeah, it's a really cool set. I like this one. Sammy Boy, which horror icon scared you the most as a kid? For me, it was probably Chucky. I don't know why. I've never seen a Chucky movie, so I wasn't scared of him. But Trevor, which one scared you the most?
I don't know. Honestly, it's kind of hard. Like as a kid, I didn't like clowns, so I didn't know about it.
Pennywise, maybe. Oh, okay, yeah.
But I didn't know about it till I was older. But I don't know. It's kind of hard.
Yeah. Jack, did you have one or anything that really scared you from movies as a kid?
I'll tell you what scares me now. No, well, I mean, I didn't watch horror when I was younger, and still to this day, I will say I'm not a horror guy. The only reason I'll ever watch horror movies is because my girlfriend likes horror movies. So like I've started to watch like the Conjuring movies and stuff because she wanted to watch them.
Terrifying.
Which the first Conjuring is actually, I think, is a very good movie. It's a really good movie.
Yeah.
But nothing really scared me back then because I didn't watch anything.
Yeah.
Now I would say it's just demonic stuff, like thoughts of like the devil and demons and stuff like that. Because like I come from a background of faith and stuff, and so that stuff legit. Like I believe like in that stuff. Like that stuff
he's
legit.
pointing at me because I completely agree with what you're saying.
Completely agree.
I mean, that's stuff that I believe is real, and it scares me. Like that stuff scares me. So that's would probably be the stuff that scares me the most.
I agree wholeheartedly. Like I've never watched Insidious or The Conjuring because when I was like 10 or 11, like I remember I was in middle school or like 5th grade or something like that. And like all my friends like watched it, and I don't watch horror like that. And they were like explaining it to me, and they showed me like the scene where in Insidious where like that thing pops up behind Patrick Wilson. Terrified me. Scared the crap out of me.
Insidious isn't scary to me. I never thought it was. I thought it was more like stupid,
Yeah. Well,
that's just me.
That stuff's freaky to me, man. So I don't really even. Yeah. But I like this question from Stranger Boy. Always bringing up the classic Nickelodeon shows. Would you consider Drake and Josh good, legendary, or perfect? I would say that it's perfect and it's also legendary, and it's all of the above. It might be the greatest TV show of all time, and that's not a joke. Like I think it's probably top 5 for me. It's the greatest. Like it's one of the best sitcoms ever. But kid shows, I think it takes the cake for me easily. Trevor, do you agree?
Yeah, I just wish we got a proper ending to it. I wish it didn't end just out of nowhere. Like this got canceled or whatever happened. Now it's so funny. I was thinking about it today. I was like, man, they need to put like Drake and Josh on Blu-ray because my ass will buy that like tomorrow.
I was looking like, I really wanted to find that set. I wanted to find it on DVD. They had like volumes with like the hit episodes, but it's on Hulu. But I don't know if all of it's on Hulu. I could be wrong, but I think most of it is.
I think it was for a time at least because I remember I binged it when it was on there the first time.
But yeah, I think we all could say that show is legendary. Let's see. Film Alliance movie that you saw with a family member that you heavily disagreed on. My dad hated Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, but it was in my top 10 of last year. I like this question. One that comes to mind is I watched, what was it? I think it was The Prestige with my dad, with my parents back in the day. And my dad wasn't really a fan of it. Not his cup of tea. I obviously love the movie. It's my second favorite Nolan movie, but that's one that comes to mind. I don't think that some of the Nolan stuff, my parents don't like it as much as I do, but yeah, that's that. Trevor, what about you?
I generally don't show my family movies unless I know they're going to like them. That makes sense. Like I find a movie that I know is their taste. They either like really funny movies, action-packed movies, or like Get Out. Like they loved Get Out. So like I showed them Moana one time, and I'll never show them an animated movie again. They were all just like, why are we watching this? So they didn't like Moana. I love Moana.
Wow. Jack, what about you?
Yeah, I do the same thing as Trevor. Like if I know, like I will show them one if I know they'll like it. So like, like I said, I saw Marriage Story like a month ago, and I watched it with my mom and dad. My mom had already seen it. My dad hadn't. They both really. My mom still really liked it, and then my dad really liked it as well. We watched Whiplash for the first time, and they all really liked it. Inception, they all really liked. But this is actually a really good one because it's very, very recent. The Devil All the Time, actually.
Okay.
I saw it and I love that movie. If you guys follow me on Letterboxd, like I really enjoyed that movie. I gave it an A-, like a 90, I think like a 92 out of 100. And I was like, oh my God, Mom, like, you got to watch this. I think you'll really like it. And she hated it. She hated it. She said it was awful. It was terrible. She said she couldn't watch. She said she would never watch it again. She hated, and I get it. I do. I get it. So yeah, that's like the one that I know it's like literally like a week ago that happened.
That's crazy.
Yeah. That happens quite a bit. Like I'll show my parents movies that I recommend them. So like right when Ford v Ferrari ended, I was like, this is a movie catered to my parents. Like they're gonna love Ford v Ferrari, and they did. Sure. They really enjoyed it. So I show them stuff like that. Like they enjoyed Parasite too. They really liked Parasite. So I haven't met someone who like doesn't like the movie. I think it's very, very good.
Parasite. Ooh, I know someone, and I don't want to drag them because I'll feel bad.
Really?
But my girlfriend's parents watched it, and they weren't the biggest fans of it. I've found out that my taste is 180 completely different from my girlfriend and her family's taste. It is the movies that I love, they don't like, and then like the movies that they really like. I'm open to movies. Like I'll say, oh yeah, it was pretty good, but I'm not like, oh my God, I love it so much. Like I showed them Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, Uncut Gems, Parasite. What else? They had seen La La Land beforehand, and I don't think any of them said that they liked any of those. So I think her dad may have liked Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, but they were all like, "Oh, we just don't like this." And I was like, "Oh, okay," which is fine. Which is fine. Film is subjective, but like I have learned that their taste is vastly different from mine.
Yeah,
which is interesting. I thought it was very interesting.
That's it. Just happens like that sometimes. It's weird. Stranger Boy, favorite sports comedies. Mine are Dodgeball, Semi-Pro, and The Benchwarmers.
Wow.
The Benchwarmers, I don't really like. I know that's a hot take. I don't like that movie at all.
Wow.
I love The Benchwarmers.
Really?
Yeah.
Everyone
I know loves it. I just don't. Yeah. But do you have any favorite sports comedies, Trevor?
Well, those three are great. Talladega Nights is amazing because NASCAR technically is a sport. I can't believe you don't like The Benchwarmers. Like, for me, Nick Swartzen as Howie, Richie, all these guys, I think The Benchwarmers is hilarious. I watched that all the time as a kid. Is that apple juice? No. I still say that all the time. Dodgeball, an underrated. What is it? A true underdog story. Whew, that's a damn good movie. I love some Vince Vaughn.
Dodgeball is a great movie.
That's Vince Vaughn at his prime. That'd be like a fun watch along, man, because that's a great movie. I love that movie so much. Semi-Pro with Will Ferrell and Woody Harrelson. God, it's so stupid. I don't know. My brother and I quote that movie all the time, so I think I like it a lot more than others. But
I quote that with my friends. I won't say the quote because I don't want to get in trouble, but it's a very funny quote.
Yeah. I know exactly what you're talking about.
He's like, S my C. You're gone, Jackie.
He's like, what did I say? You said S my C. No, I didn't. Yeah. He's all the funniest part to me is when he sees his mom in heaven, and then they do the alley-oop, and then the ref comes over. He's like, foul. Actually, 2 fouls. He's like, what happened? And then, pardon the French, but you can't just go jumping through the fucking air like that, Jackie. And I almost die laughing every time when that happens. Yeah. So I love that movie a lot.
Yeah. Do you have any favorites that are different than these, Jack?
I mean, these ones are great, but I will have to. I do have a clear different one, and it is this one. I watched so much when I was younger. I watched it with my dad. Just so many memories, and that is the original Bad News Bears. Man, that movie. Okay. I love that movie so much. I adore it. I don't actually think it's on my top 100 list, and that's a mistake. And I think the only reason it's not is because I don't think I have logged it on Letterboxd. So I need to do that like right now. I need to do that like right now because I love that movie so much.
That's one that my dad talks about. I've never seen it, so I got to watch that one.
Oh, you need to. It's so funny.
But favorite sports comedies, I love Dodgeball. Talladega Nights is technically a sport, NASCAR. Yeah. But Blades of Glory, that movie's hilarious.
I haven't seen that movie. I watched that movie
so funny.
Well done, son. Well done.
Funny. Oh my gosh. You know, what's it? We're gonna skate to one song only. That's from that movie.
No one knows what it means, but it's provocative. No, it isn't. It gets the people going.
Yeah.
Wait, I got another good one that we didn't mention. Happy Gilmore.
Oh yeah. Happy Gilmore.
Happy Gilmore.
One of my favorite Adam Sandler comedy.
Happy Gilmore is golf.
I relate to him so hard.
That's great.
When he's raging out on the course, that's how I feel if I golf ever.
Yeah, that's me every time I golf. Have you guys seen Kicking and Screaming? Soccer movie with Will Ferrell?
That's my favorite.
That's a classic
oh my
from my
God.
family. We watched that all the time as kids.
How did I
People-
forget that one?
People
That
like
is my
hated
favorite.
that. I like other parents were like, he's yelling at children. I'm like, it's a movie. And it's a hilarious how competitive
It
this
is.
guy is to
Yeah.
beat his dad's wreck soccer team, and like how they make it so over the scope. Like
Oh, man.
the Italians go to the game plan, Massimo's circled. You know, it's just so funny. I love that movie.
I think I will go on a hot take here. I think that is one of Will Ferrell's best performances.
I 100% agree.
I think I agree.
I-
I think I agree.
I take it back. Yes, Bad News Bears, a lot of great memories. I love that movie. No, Kicking and Screaming is by far my favorite sports comedy, and no one will ever change my mind on that.
It's up there for me too, man.
It's
I watched
so
that.
good.
I played soccer as a kid, so like I loved watching it, you know, and like learned how to do the Maradona, which is what Will Ferrell's son does at the end. Bet your dad never taught you this. And but the what was I gonna say? When he's yelling through the cone, loser! It's just so funny to me. I could watch the movie right now and laugh my butt off.
Isn't Mike Ditka in that movie too?
Yes,
Yes. That movie's so great. I need to rewatch that. If they have a Blu-ray release, I'm gonna buy it on Blu-ray because I gotta find it. Yeah.
Like that, yeah.
But yeah, I'm gonna go to the next question. If I skip any questions here, it's just because there's so many. We have like some catching up to do, so I apologize. But if you ask various, I'll try and ask answer some people's questions who I haven't gotten to. But Stranger Boy says pancakes or waffles. Trevor, this is a hard question for me. That's why I went to you first.
I'm gonna go waffles.
Okay.
I'm just gonna say it. I'm going waffles.
Okay. Jack, do you have an answer?
If I'm going to IHOP, it's pancakes, but I think
Fair.
overall it's waffles.
Nice.
Okay. Yeah. Waffle House waffles are hard to beat. Do you have those in Arizona?
There are Waffle Houses in Arizona. I haven't been to one because the only one in Tucson was like right by the airport, and that's a no-go. But
Yeah.
but
No go.
There's like 300 something in Georgia. It's like the most. I think it's from Georgia, but like everyone loves
Oh my
Waffle House.
God.
Their waffles are good. Pancakes though, like Cracker Barrel has good pancakes. So does IHOP, like you mentioned. So pancakes are good. Yeah. Let's see. Film Alliance says can't wait to see Tenet next week. Me and my dad are driving all the way from Cali to Nevada just to see it.
Enjoy
Trevor
it, man.
almost did that.
Yeah, I will say I don't know exactly where you're located, but if you go to El Dorado Hills, the movie theaters in El Dorado Hills County are open. If you don't want to drive to Nevada, you might be closer to Nevada than that. Just throwing that out there if you're still in here, because I know you asked that.
If you're in
while
deep
ago.
Southern California too, I think San Diego is starting to open up as well. I heard that. I could be completely wrong.
Maybe I'm NorCal guy. No, SoCal is a different country to me. Pretty
No,
much.
I know. Yeah,
Yeah.
No, I know what you mean. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, but we are
Well,
so
very
behind.
cool, yeah.
Holy.
Enjoy Tenet. Yeah, we're gonna do
Enjoy Tenet,
we're gonna
man.
do this thing
Yeah.
called a speed round. So here we go. A lot of movies got delayed today, but No Time to Die stayed. How hyped are you for the new 007 movie? Can't wait. I think that's going to be a great send off for Daniel Craig's Bond, and I really hope that it does stay its release. Trevor, what do you think?
Yeah, it seems to be the only movie I'm almost confident in coming out. I think Dune's gonna get delayed. Unfortunately, I'm being pessimistic. I think Soul's gonna go Disney Plus now. I'm rooting for 007. Come on, baby, bring us home.
Oh yeah. Jack, do you share the same thoughts?
Yeah, I'm hyped. I think it was in my top 5 most anticipated this year. It hasn't changed. I'm
Yeah.
excited for it.
I think it was for me too. That list has gone to hell now because everything just got
Right?
screwed up.
Take
but,
it, light it.
Yep, just burn the
gone.
video. Jacob Martin again asks thoughts on WandaVision trailer. It looks trippy, weird, and a refresher for Marvel. I completely agree. I don't know what to expect. I'm not like through the roof excited, but it's new MCU content and it's coming out in 2020, so I'm excited for that. I think it's gonna like
agree.
change certain things about the MCU moving forward with like regards to maybe the multiverse. Who knows? You guys agree?
100%. You took the words out of my mouth.
Awesome. Jacob Martin, KFC or Popeyes? Popeyes for me. Trevor, have you had either?
Yeah. I got really bad stomach issues, so I can't do greasy, and Popeyes is a lot less greasy than KFC, so I'm going Popeyes.
Okay. Jack?
The Popeyes chicken sandwiches are actually pretty good, so I'll go
Very
Popeyes for the chicken sandwiches. But for regular chicken, I think KFC is pretty good. But yeah, the greasy is a factor though, and KFC
Yeah.
is very greasy.
Yeah.
I enjoy
Still
both,
good though.
but
I
Yeah,
do
it's
enjoy both,
good.
too.
It's just very greasy.
the biscuits you get at Popeyes that come on the side are better. That's like a key part of the meal, and I love those. Connor V's in here. What's going on? Glad to see you here. Let's see. Isla Turner's in here. Thank you for joining. What's your favorite unhealthy food? I'm a sucker for donuts. I love donuts. I almost have an addiction to donuts. They're so good. But I'm also a sucker for ice cream. So I just have a sweet tooth, I guess. Jack, what's your favorite unhealthy food?
Chips. I'm a chip connoisseur, like literally.
Oh,
since a very, very young age.
Yeah.
It's unhealthy.
Favorite chip?
It isn't. Oh God, don't. Tapatio Doritos.
Okay.
Tapatio Doritos are my go-to, but if you guys have never had those, they are life-changing.
I've never had them.
But it's hard that you can't do that. So that's a tough.
There's a lot of great chips. Yeah.
I have my cabinet is just filled with different types of chips, and it's like it's whatever I'm feeling on that certain day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Trevor, which one? What about you?
You know, I can't go wrong with chips. I love me some barbecue Lays or some sour cream and
that's
onion.
My favorite.
Oh my god, barbecue Lays is probably my favorite chip. Like, not gonna lie, barbecue chips are bomb. But I'm gonna go Oreos. Like, I have if I get if people got 2-3 Oreos, I grab a stack of however many I can fit in my hand, and I would probably go back 2-3 more times. I can't help it. It's bad. It's an addiction.
Oreos are fantastic, and so are Nutter Butters. I like Nutter Butters. I'm a big peanut butter person.
God.
I'm a peanut butter connoisseur. I love all things peanut butter. So I can't go wrong there. Max's Movies Edits, aka Max Talks Movies. What's up, man? He says, what is the best movie edit and or tribute that you've seen? For me, there was one at the... you know what? Actually, it just popped in my head. The Great Movie Ride used to be at Hollywood Studios. One of my favorite rides as a kid. Love that ride. And at the very end, there was a massive montage of all the classic movies. Has to be that. You can look it up on YouTube. Great Movie Ride, and it'll be at the very end. Fantastic. It has all those iconic shots from movies. So I would say that. Trevor, do you have one that comes to mind? The Oscars put on a lot of great ones every year.
So I was gonna say, I don't know if you guys remember this before the Rise of Skywalker for Star Wars last year. They did a Star Wars tribute and had a bunch of of the old kind of interviews, and it was a old one of Mark Hamill. And no lie, I almost cried in tears. I don't know why, but when he said it, he was like, "It's just you're so blessed this happened, but you just can't believe it's over and you can't believe you're done." Something like that. And when it said that and it played all the Star Wars music, I was like, God, it got me so good. So Star Wars edits are great, man.
Yeah. What about you, Jack?
A lot of the MCU ones they did around Endgame time were really good, but there was one that really stood out to me. It was actually on YouTube. The Schmodown champ Dan Murrell did a montage at the end of last year for the decade in review, and it was so well done edit wise to the music. It was so well done that it was just it was insane. It was a mega hyper montage of the past decade. So it was really good.
He's so talented, Dan Murrell. Really is.
He's awesome.
Yeah. You guys follow his new channel?
Yep.
New Word channel? God, I watch his stuff regularly. It's bad.
And he just started a show on the Schmodown Entertainment Network.
Yeah.
That's all revolving around his physical media collection.
I need to get on that.
He's one of my favorite people in the industry. He's awesome.
And he's so unproblematic, and how much he knows about film. When he's on the schmoes, it's just crazy. And something how he talks, he's not over the top energetic. It's just how he talks. You're convinced you should listen to him. He's took some some classes on speaking, or apparently because how he talks. Every time he talks, I'm like, huh? Okay, I'm listening to you. I'm
that's what it is. He does his research, and he's confident in what he's talking about. And he's the Schmodown goat. That's all I'm going to say. There's no competition.
Goat. No.
I will say though that I love Ben Bateman. He's one of my inspirations. The action guys, I love their stuff. Andrew Guy and Ben Bateman. He inspired me to do the 100 Movies project. He's awesome. So I love the schmoes. Even though they're not the schmoes, the original schmoes are Mark and Christian, but anyone over there part of the Schmodown, they're all pretty awesome.
Yeah. If we're talking Schmodown, Ben Bateman has made a meteoric rise in my ranking of favorite players, but Dan Murrell's the GOAT, man. He's the GOAT.
I love Kevin Schmetz. You gotta love some Schmetz, man. I love him. Yes, I love him, dude. Yeah. His I remember when it was last year. He started a couple years ago. He started coming in the league. He lost, and then he went on an undefeated streak, and he was wearing the hood down low. He looked angry. Played this part. And I was it got me excited. I got behind him. I was this dude's freaking sick. And
I know.
The Schmodown, they're doing something right.
He really is. That's awesome. Imagine if that hits ESPN one day. That'd be sick.
Actually,
yeah.
it actually is actually.
Really?
They before COVID happened, one of the writers from ESPN who I follow because he does all the esports stuff, he was in the process of writing a huge feature on the Schmodown for ESPN, ESPN.com.
Wow.
So I don't know when that's going to
That's
happen.
awesome.
I know that COVID put like a really big ring in that, but it's going to come eventually. So I will let you know, it is coming to ESPN. So I'm
That's cool.
excited to see that happen.
That is awesome. Very cool. Eilish Turner says, favorite Robin Williams film, mine is Jumanji or Miss Doubtfire. Rest in peace. Yeah, rest in peace to an absolute legend, one of the funniest people to ever do it. I love him to death. But I'd say my favorite Robin Williams film is Good Will Hunting. It has to be. It's one of my top 3 movies as of probably June. I love that movie so much, but Aladdin is also great. So I say those.
I always forget about Aladdin.
Yeah. Trevor, what's your favorite Robin Williams?
I gotta go Good Will Hunting because I follow a lot of movie pages over on TikTok and how many people like post like what he attributes as he says from like or edits so he says from Good Will Hunting is it's just he's amazing in that. Or a really underappreciated movie, The Dead Poets Society. He's brilliant in that.
Yeah. What about you, Jack?
I haven't seen. I'm guilty. I know. I haven't seen a lot of his really famous works, but I will say from what I've seen, Aladdin is great. I really liked him in the Night at the Museum movies. I know that those aren't bad, but he gave good performances. But I will say now, I think the one, and obviously I've not seen all of his movies. The one that I like the most, and I think is like his best, most chilling performance, is Insomnia. Like he was so good in Insomnia.
Yeah.
And I love Nolan, so
yeah, he's like a completely different person in that movie too.
He's scary.
So, yeah,
that's the person that haunted me when I was a kid was Robin Williams' character in Insomnia.
Yeah. Jaron Talks Movies says, yo, happy birthday, Jack. Happy birthday,
you, man.
Jack, yet again.
Let's get you on that. Series, man. I've actually been talking to him about it. We're working on getting it. Getting it
nice.
Planned. Actually, if I may, real quick. I do have an announcement.
Okay, go ahead.
So I took a break on the favorite movie and why this week because it's my birthday, so I want to do some special videos. But I have the next 2 guests done and confirmed, and I will give the exclusive right now. Next Monday, we have Certain Vids who came on. I had a conversation with him, so that's going to be this next Monday. And then the Monday after, I had this interview last night. We have Nerdy Blurb TV coming on.
Oh, nice!
That conversation was a blast. It was over 40 minutes long, and I have a little bit of editing to do, but those are the next 2. Trevor, I want you on soon. We got to figure that out. I've been talking to Jaron, and guys. I just want to say thank you for the support on those. Like, it's been insane. When I took the complete left turn and was like, oh, I'm gonna pull certain vids and not do movie reviews anymore, I was a bit nervous because I was like, I don't know how that's gonna work. But my channel's been kind of popping off lately.
Yeah.
So thank you guys. I appreciate that.
Doing your thing, man. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I said, I've been a fan of your channel since before Film Stock even existed. So it's crazy that we're sitting on a live stream now doing this. It's awesome, man.
I mean, I appreciate the kind words, but you guys are dope too, and I think you guys are really good. And thank you, Jaron. I feel very old, so
He also asks, what is the first movie that made you want to find out the director behind it so you could watch more of their work? I don't know. I don't remember like the first time I thought that. I really don't know, truthfully. I think that Spielberg probably was the one that like I started to realize directed so many great movies. Maybe it was Raiders of the Lost Ark. I don't know though. I can't think of one. I think that, I can't. I'm sorry, Jaron, but that's a good question, man. Do you have one, Trevor?
Yeah, probably my favorite director of all time. My top 2 favorite directors. Chazelle, saw La La Land, the first movie I saw him do, and I fell in love with La La Land. And I said, "What else has this guy done?" And turned out it was one movie I still haven't seen. It's like something sat on the park bench, right? That was his first movie. But then I went to go see Whiplash, which I was not ready for Whiplash. I did not watch a trailer. I did not do anything. I bought it at Best Buy for $5, and then Fletcher started screaming, and my attention was grasped. I was like laying down and I was watching a movie to fall asleep, and I like sat up. I was like, "What?" And also my favorite director, Gavin O'Connor. I didn't know he directed Miracle or Warrior, 2 of my top 15 favorite movies of all time. Then after Warrior, I was like, well, who directed Warrior? Because I love Warrior. And then it said Gavin O'Connor. It said The Miracle, then The Accountant, and then now recently The Way Back, one of my favorite movies of the year. The dude's a legend. I love him a lot.
Yeah. Jack, do you have one?
Yeah, I think the first time this actually happened was just last year. Is Nolan. I saw Inception. Like, I'd seen The Dark Knight and Batman Begins. That was it. And I didn't really ever look at like who had directed it. I was like, oh, the movie's really good. But then I saw Inception and my mind was blown. I'm like, okay, so who is this Christopher Nolan guy?
Right.
and then that's when I saw the stuff about Tenet, and that became my most anticipated. And then getting ready for Tenet, I watched the rest of his filmography, which was a pain in the butt to try to find everything, but I did. And now he's by far my favorite director. And he's the only director that I can say I've seen their entire filmography. So I think it was when I saw Inception for the first time last year, and I was like, who is this Nolan guy that everyone's talking about? He's a pretty big deal.
Pretty big deal. Yeah, well, that was a good question, Darren. Thank you. Max Movies Edits. How about those NFL games, Trev? Don't worry. The Bears will blow it midseason. We'll finish 8-8 like usual.
You know what, Max? I'm going to disagree. The Bears are looking good. If I'm rooting for anyone besides the stupid Vikings, I'm rooting for the Bears because I hate Aaron Rodgers and his stupid face because he's so damn good. We're only 0-2. I hope the Vikings tank. I hope we just go 0-16. We get rid of Kirk Cousins. We lose our coach. We get Trevor Lawrence. That's what I'm rooting for right now, man. I am tired. I'm tired of Kirk Cousins. We're not going to tank. We'll be fine. But I do not like Kirk Cousins. Not a fan at all. We have this let me vent for a second. We have one of the best running backs in the league with Dalvin Cook. Probably top 5. Last year, he averaged like 4.8 yards a carry. That's like one of the highest in the league. Not as good as Christian McCaffrey, I get that. But Dalvin Cook's damn good. And he gets less than 20 touches a game. Yeah. It's really weird. And Kirk Cousins threw 3 interceptions last week. And we lost to the Colts 35-11. Wow. And our running back, who can't be touched, is doesn't get the ball in his hands. I'm a damn good Madden player. I could coach this team better, dude. It makes me so mad. Talk about infuriating. You want to see me mad? Watch the Minnesota Vikings, and I'm just screaming and rip my hair out. I'm so angry. My nails are bit down to nubs because I'm so anxious, and I'm annoyed. It's hard to be a Vikings fan.
And when
it's not as bad as losing. And I'm not a huge Falcons guy. I see the 28-3 thing. I am from Georgia, but I was never been a huge Falcons guy. It's not as bad as losing to the Cowboys in that disgraceful of a manner when you forget how to recover an onside kick. All my friends are like hardcore Falcons fans. I'm more of just an NFL fan. I stopped being a Falcons fan in 2012, but disgraceful.
They did know they could go touch the ball, right?
Yeah.
It's just the team kicking it that can't touch it for 10 yards. The other team gets fair game.
Exactly.
But Trevor, I was going to say, yeah, and when he passes the ball, he doesn't throw it to his best receiver, Adam Thielen, and that pisses me off because he's on my fantasy team.
He's also on my fantasy
team. And I'm not getting any touches last week from Thielen, and I lost last week. That was the least of my problems. I had like 2 guys get 0 points, but it was still a thrash.
There's a gnat in here.
Well, then
but yeah, I lost in fantasy too.
Yeah, Adam Thielen will be double covered, triple covered, and he'll try to throw him the ball. He'll be wide open, and Kirk's getting sacked in the end zone. If you hold the ball 6 seconds in your own end zone, it's going to be a safety. Dog, I'm not an athlete anymore. I can run faster than you, and you're getting paid millions. Like, dude, it makes me – I'm so infuriated. I'm like, Kirk Cousins' football IQ – I'm just obliterating this guy right now. I don't even care. His football IQ is legit trash. Where's Case Keenum? Where's the guy that got us the NFC Championship? I want that boy back. I want Teddy Bridgewater back. Get Brett Favre's old ass out of retirement. I want him back, bro. I'm tired of Kirk Cousins. Yeah. I'm sorry, man. Kirk, if you're watching, I'm tired of you, boy.
I bet tank for Trevor is going to be trending soon, though. Like when a few teams are like if the team's like 0-5, 0-6, tank for Trevor. That's going to be a hashtag.
I thought that was going to be the Patriots this year. I really did.
Really?
I kind of did too. I'm not trying to be a jerk.
So.
Yeah.
He's doing
I'm
good.
Rooting for you guys, dude. I like greatness, and I think Bill Belichick's damn good. I like Cam Newton. I'm rooting for you guys. I'm rooting for you guys hard.
I am too.
Number 1 superhero fan, Captain Marvel or Doctor Strange? Movie. So if we're doing movies, Doctor Strange for me. What about you, Trevor?
Yeah, Captain Marvel's probably very close to my bottom MCU movie.
Okay. Jack, I think I remember you like Captain Marvel more than most, right?
I like Captain. I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
I liked it for what it was. But I would still say Doctor Strange. I think Doctor Strange is a better movie, and I like the Captain Marvel character. But I like the Doctor Strange character more.
Yeah, fair. Jaren talks movies. Coke or Pepsi? There's only one right answer, so please don't mess this up. The answer is Coke for me all day. Coke for you, Trevor. Coke for you, Jack.
Coke Zero for me, but yeah,
Coke Zero. Yeah, it's just the classic. It's just classic. Stranger Boy, what's your favorite holiday? Halloween for him. Mine is Christmas, pretty easily. Christmas across the board.
One of them.
Yeah. Let's see. If I skip any, I apologize. Jaren talks movie, or actually, sorry, Max. Are there any editing tips or tricks you've learned since starting your channel? I learned little things. I'm still not that advanced of an editor, but yeah, not really, unfortunately. What about you, Jack?
I didn't learn anything from my channel, but I learned a lot of stuff from my school that helped me with my channel. I learned a lot of very fast editing tips and tricks through my school, through the journalism program, that helped me be more productive with the channel. I actually talked about that with Nerdy Blurb last night because he's like an editor. So we actually, little tidbit into 2 weeks from now. We talked a little bit about editing.
He's the man. Yeah, he's the man.
Love Ryan.
So yeah, I didn't learn anything from starting YouTube, but I learned stuff through school to help me with YouTube.
Yeah, awesome. Jaren talks movies. With Spooktober coming up, what are your go-to films to watch or traditions around Halloween? Also, am I in the minority because I hate candy corn? Nope. I don't hate candy corn, but I'll eat if it's there, but I won't go out of my way to buy it usually. So I don't think you're in the minority too much. Trevor, do you like candy corn?
Okay, weird story, but here we go. I used to love it. I used to bring a fat bag of candy corn to school every day. Then one day made me deathly sick. I got a headache. I felt like I was gonna pass out, and I had to throw up, and I had to leave school. How bad I got sick. I've never touched it again. The sight of it makes me want to vomit. I don't know what it was. It was weird. I ate a couple pieces because I loved it. I damn near passed out in my science class my freshman year of high school, and it was not good. So sorry.
Yeah, you're good. Do you like candy corn, Jack?
Yeah, I will. I'm like you, Chris. I'll eat it if it's there. I think it's overrated. I don't think it's the greatest candy of all time, but I'll eat it if it's there. I don't mind it. I like a little candy corn every now and then.
Yeah, that's fair. And do you have any go-to films to watch or traditions around Halloween?
Charlie Brown. It's a Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown. That's mine.
Oh, very cool.
Oh yeah, sorry. Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah.
That's the one thing I do for Halloween is It's a Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown. I love the Charlie Browns. They're the best.
Yeah. Trevor, do you have any traditions?
I just like to watch some horror movies. I'm a guy. I watch horror movies by myself. The ones that's hard for me to get through is the Conjurings because they're so damn scary. They really are to me. But a fun movie, The Haunted Mansion. I recently bought it on Blu-ray. Eddie Murphy's The Haunted Mansion, my favorite Disney ride of all time, and I love the movie too. So gotta throw that on there.
Yeah, for me, the past 2 years, I've gotten my favorite candy. Usually, I love Tootsie Pops, so I'll get some of those, and then some Reese's cups, Reese's peanut butter cups, and I'll watch last year I watched the original Halloween, and then the 2018 version, and the year before I watched The Shining. So I'll probably do something like that this year. Just kind of chill, have some fun. Actually, I'm so stupid. This year I will actually be at Hogwarts. Universal. I'm going back. So I take that back.
Can't beat that, dude.
But I'll try and watch a horror movie maybe at that night. Let's see. We're going to continue a speed round here because I know a lot of people have questions they want to get answered. Favorite place to get movies? Target, Walmart, or Best Buy? Best Buy all day.
Best Buy.
All day. Yep. Best Buy.
Best Buy.
Walmart has some good random stuff at times, but Best Buy is by far.
Yeah. Walmart is the worst for me. I never buy from Walmart just because I don't know. Something's off when I'm there. Usually, I can't find anything good. But
Target's the worst for me. Walmart, I get the $5 bin. Walmart's $5 bins, bro. I can go mad hoarding those, dude.
Yeah,
Best Buy has it all. $5 bin and all the cool steel books and stuff.
Yeah,
yes.
It's definitely Best Buy number one.
Yeah,
Target for me also is the worst because it's just one aisle now, and it's it has nothing of interest.
Yeah,
half of the aisle is just MCU movies, which I love the MCU movies, but I already have them all.
Exactly.
Walmart. I don't know why in Phoenix. It may be because of COVID, but the $5 bins just aren't there anymore. I don't know. It's a travesty.
Weird.
But there's a lot of cool, different films sometimes that are there. There's some like steel books from like Best Buy and stuff that are like really old that they'll get in. And a lot of those Warner Brother like classic slip covers and stuff, those were at my Best Buys, and that's when I was able to get some of those like Warner Brother classic covers with like the quotes on them and stuff. Were really cool.
The reason I don't like Target, because I don't know if you guys, if anyone watched it, my Blu-ray hunt video went to Target to get these Target exclusives, which had really cool covers on them. Like they have some really cool covers. Well, the covers are pieces of paper that when you open the movie, they come off.
Yeah. I actually saw that. I actually watched that video last night because I had seen those at my Target, and I had walked past them. I didn't see them. I saw them when I was walking out. I was like, "What are those?" So then I saw your video last night, and I was like, "Ready Player One one looks dope," because I love Ready Player One so much. But yeah.
So I'm not gonna open those, but like this like cover I thought was so cool and unique. I was like, dude, I love it. I have 3 versions of it now, 2 Blu-rays and a steelbook. Anyone want It movie? Because I have them.
What you could do is you could take those really cool pieces of art and do something with like a background or something, like have some cool artwork up. I don't know. That's what I would do.
I thought of that, but then I'm like, I honestly, if like you showed you my room, how much posters and stuff is on my walls, I have 0 room.
I totally get it. Yeah.
All right, so for whatever reason, the chat, like, I guess there's so many things that it's only showing me at 9-10 p.m. certain things. So there were some questions that just got deleted or whatever. So if you've been waiting all this time, I'm very sorry. Just maybe drop your question again. But the first one that showed to me is favorite Oreo. Mine are the Halloween ones. Just regular double stuff for me.
Yeah, I get the Halloween ones to be festive, but they all taste the same. Double stuff, can't go wrong.
Yeah, chewy or hard Chips Ahoy? Chewy all day for me.
Chewy.
Hard. Dip that in some milk, make it chewy.
All right, yeah, I can't go wrong there. Yeah, Whopper or Big Mac? Big Mac for me, but I don't get either that often.
I'm gonna go Whopper.
Okay,
Whopper. I love Burger King. Straight underrated, bro. It's dank.
It is underrated.
So good.
It is. Their nuggets are really good.
Ooh!
They're spicy chicken nuggets. You get 10 of those for like $1. Oh my god!
You can't beat it. Yeah,
full meal for $1, man. Are you kidding me?
Yeah. Which one are you? You're the tiebreaker, Jack.
Oh, it's I'm like you, Chris. I didn't usually get the Whopper or the Big Mac, but it would be the Big Mac. It would be the Big Mac.
Yeah, Big Mac for sure. It's so classic. Whoppers are good too, but I don't even think I've had one in years. I haven't had either in years, truthfully. But if I wanted one right now, I'd say a Big Mac. Let's see. Christopher Nolan or Denis Villeneuve? Jacob Martin asks. Nolan for me, pretty comfortably. Do you agree, guys? Yeah. And Jacob Martin also says Nolan. Certain vids. I noticed that you were in here. I think you said happy birthday, Jack. So thank you for throwing that in there. That's one of the comments that got deleted at least on my end for whatever reason. But thoughts on Jordan Peele's Us? Going to check it out soon. I think it's a really good movie. I've only seen it once in theaters. I have the Steelbook. I prefer Get Out, but it's still like a solid movie. Not like anything amazing, but like it's good. It's good. Do you agree, Jack?
I saw it. I've only seen it once in theaters. I liked it better than Get Out.
Okay.
I liked Get Out, but I don't know. I just couldn't get into it like everyone else could. But yeah, it's a great. It was in my top 25 of last year.
Wow.
So it's a good one.
Yeah, that's good. And Trevor, what are your thoughts on Us?
I can really dive on it. When I saw it, I really, really enjoyed it. My girlfriend absolutely hated it. My girlfriend's family absolutely hated it. But the more I thought about it, the more and more, you think about a movie there. I think about movies after I see them for days, if they're like good movies. But this one, the more I thought about it, the more insecurities I found about it. I thought about, and then the more I had too many questions to where I was like, I don't know if I bought it and I haven't seen it since theater. So it's a good movie, but I think there's a lot of questions that I have that like don't make sense, Yeah,
that's fair. Max movie edits. When are you going to see Tenet again, Chris? So I've seen it twice, and I said I was going to try and break my record of 3 movies in theaters, so I'd have to see it 2 more times. I don't know. This weekend, Georgia football starts back, so I'm very occupied. The SEC comes back. My goodness, my Saturday, that's all I'm doing Saturday is SEC football. And Sunday NFL football now. I don't know. Maybe next week on like a weeknight, I'll see it again because. I don't know. This was a crazy few weeks for me, but I think next week is going to slow down, so I'll try and see it again. Eddie S is in here. Awesome dude.
What's
Trevor showing
poppin'?
support. Yeah, Eddie just watched Reservoir Dogs for the first time. I saw on Letterboxd and enjoyed it. So I'm glad that you're here, man. What are some of your favorite what are some of your must-see movies during the Halloween season? Halloween, the original, I think, definitely. That's like the one, I think, because it's one that's so fun to watch around Halloween. But the first Saw, maybe you could watch around then. Not like a must-see around Halloween. Whenever you should watch that movie. But Scream is a good one too. Scream's a good one that I watched for the first time last year or 2 years ago. But I'm gonna rewatch that movie this year. What do you think, Jack?
It's a great pumpkin, Charlie Brown. I got a rock. It's just, I love that.
It is.
So
it's
much.
Really good. It is. All the Charlie Brown stuff is great,
and they're so short.
Merry Christmas,
it's like great.
Merry Christmas, Charlie Brown. Every Christmas Eve, dude. I watched that. It's on John.
That's hard to top.
The local station. God, it's a beautiful movie. Merry Christmas, Charlie Brown. I love that.
And do you have a Halloween movie that's like a must-watch?
I don't know if it's a Halloween movie, but Scooby-Doo 2 Monsters Unleashed. No lie, one of my favorite childhood movies. I straight love that movie.
Okay. I haven't seen those live action ones.
Yeah, great.
I haven't seen them.
Great.
I haven't seen them.
Dude.
I know. Yeah. All right. So we have some speed roundable questions here that should be pretty easy. Pepperoni or salami? Pepperoni all day for me. Trevor?
Yep.
Jack?
Pepperoni.
Favorite pie? Mine is apple from Stranger Boy. Apple pie as well for me with oh my gosh, warm apple pie, some vanilla ice cream on top. Oh, you cannot beat that. I always think of Matthew McConaughey in We Are Marshall. He gets apple pie at a diner. So what I think of when I have apple pie. Trevor, what's your favorite pie?
Oreo pie.
Okay.
Like
more of the sweet
like a pudding
kind of
pie. Like a Oreo pudding. Yeah. I don't like apple or pumpkin pie or cherry or anything like that.
Wow.
Yeah.
I love cherry pie. Do you have a favorite pie, Jack?
Yeah, it's like the chocolate, the Swiss chocolate, whatever that pie like from Village Inn, like the Swiss chocolate pie or whatever. Ooh,
oh yeah. Favorite B movie from Connor V. Does The Room count? That would be my answer, but I don't know. I don't watch many B movies. Do you, Trevor?
What counts as a B movie?
Like those direct to Netflix movies, maybe like Escape Plan 3 with like I haven't seen it, but stuff like that. I feel like.
Jeepers creepers. Yeah, I don't really got one. I don't watch a lot of those.
Do you have one, Jack? It's all right.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know either. I don't know either. That's tough because it's like, what would you define as a B movie? Like, I know what the classic B movie definition is, but like, what would you define it as?
Like Sharknado, maybe.
Yeah, stuff like that. I mean, I guess I could say maybe like, I don't know, like. I like Six Underground last year. Like it was bad, but it was cheesy, and I would consider that maybe a B movie because it came out on Netflix.
Yeah,
but it could have maybe gone out on the big screen. I don't know. It's tough. It's tough because that definition is subjective for most people.
Yep. Yeah, I agree. Certain vids favorite action film of all time. Die Hard for me, and it's one of the better Christmas movies. But Die Hard is like it's like created a new genre of action movies. The like a la White House Down, Olympus Has Fallen, stuff like that, where a guy is trapped somewhere and has to infiltrate and all that stuff. Die Hard is just a classic, probably the best action movie to me. But Trevor, what do you think? What's your favorite action movie of all time?
Mission Impossible Fallout.
Well, it's a great pick. What about you, Jack?
It would probably be Fallout, but I don't want to be the same. So I'm looking at my Letterboxd top 100 of all time right now. Let's go with Baby Driver. I don't know if that's like considered like a hardcore action movie, but I mean,
it's an action movie.
It's a great
high-speed chases,
Yeah, it's great.
Enthralling. Have you ever tried Witch? Yes, it's super overpriced in my opinion, but they have good subs. I don't go there often. It's a sub place. Have you had it, Trevor?
Never heard of that.
What about you, Jack?
There's one in Arizona, but I've never been to it. So
okay,
I'll try it sometime.
Max Movies Edits. Thoughts on companies advertising Christmas stuff in the middle of November? Is it too soon? No. November is not too soon in my opinion. I think that October is soon. Like November. So normally I don't start watching Christmas movies until Thanksgiving. I know that's like a lot of people's thing, but November, it's not too early in my opinion. Do you guys agree?
I think you have to start in October because people start decorating in November. That makes sense.
Okay. Yeah. That's fair. Let's see. What was the best day of your life from Max Movie Edits? That's a really good question. I don't know. It was almost January of 2018 when Georgia almost won the national championship. but then to a
Ended up being the worst day of your life.
Perhaps. Yeah, I think that is the worst day of my life, actually. But best day, I don't know. Seeing Endgame was awesome. I think we can all agree to that.
So I was going to say, the day I saw Avengers Endgame, I got done with work early. I got my hair cut, and I went to dinner. Then I saw Avengers Endgame, and it was everything that could have gone right that day went right. And I made friends at the theater. It was one of the best days of my freaking life.
Yeah. Jack, what about you?
Well, I have two because I don't want to get in trouble for my girlfriend. The first one is Endgame because there was a whole saga with getting the tickets because I went with like a bunch of my friends, and it was the last time I was going to see a bunch of my friends because they were graduating. The last day of school for the year. So that was such just an amazing moment. I remember Cap wields Mjolnir, and I literally jump out of my seat and just like, yeah, I've never done that in a movie theater before. But actually, this one, I'm not just saying this to cheat because I would say non-movie wise, this is probably my favorite. I went to Disneyland with my girlfriend last December, and that was amazing. It was incredible.
Yeah. I will say this, not to be like that cheesy guy. The first date to my girlfriend and I ever went on, I picked her up like at 8 in the morning. It was a spring break. We chilled all day. So we drove around, did a bunch of different things. It was like the most fun I had. Here's a side note into dumb Trev, my junior year of high school. We're getting to know each other, whatever, and something came up, and I said, I have a foot fetish. Hear me out, because I thought fetish meant you don't like feet. You know what my girl said? I can see that. I literally I'm thinking about if we get married, that's the story I'm telling at my wedding, because how in the hell is it? And then she told me a couple weeks later because I said it again. She was like, I don't know if you know what fetish means. Because I say after. I mean, I hate feet. I don't know. That was just how dumb I was, bro. But
I hate to break it to you, but it means the exact opposite of what you think.
Yeah, I know that now. Yeah. Because I said, my brother was like, I don't know if you want to announce that, dude. And I was like, huh? He's like, that means you're defeat. And I was like, oh! Yeah.
Oh my goodness. That's a classic story, man.
Sorry.
That is, but
insight into me. I'm open book over here, guys. Ask away.
Yeah. I was gonna also add on to best day of your life. Anytime I go to Disney World, I feel like a kid again. So any of those trips, especially when I went with my girlfriend in March of 2019. Yeah.
Fun fact, everyone. My girlfriend and I are flying to Florida, meeting Chris and his girlfriend to go to Disney World.
Whoa!
I don't know if anyone knew that, but that's what we're doing this December. Yeah.
Right around Christmas. Yeah.
Yeah, and expect a vlog type thing. We're gonna do something together. We have to because we're gonna be in person. It's gonna be cool.
That's gonna be
Endgame was legendary. The most ambiguous crossover of all time. Nah, this is it. What everyone's been waiting for.
Oh my goodness, yeah, that's gonna be fun. All right, let's do a legit speed run because I know there's so many questions.
Let's just stay here all night. Come on.
Yeah,
midnight my time. Yeah.
Tomorrow.
Let's see.
I have to go to class tomorrow morning, but it's okay.
Yeah. Zoom class though.
No, I'm going in person tomorrow.
Oh, really?
Okay. Class tomorrow, yeah.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Wow. What did you watch more in your childhood? Nickelodeon, Cartoon Network, PBS Kids, or Disney Channel? Probably Cartoon Network. I don't know. I watched them all so much. Not PBS, but the other ones a lot. What about you, Trevor?
Nickelodeon. I really did.
Okay. And Jack?
Nickelodeon, PBS, and Disney Channel were the three that were in constant rotation. I'd say as I grew up, more Cartoon Network stuff. Like now, I would watch more Cartoon Network stuff. But yeah, PBS, Disney Channel, Nickelodeon were in constant rotation. I couldn't even tell you which one is the more because I just watched all of them all the time.
Number one superhero fan. That's funny you mentioned that because Trevor and I are meeting in December in person. But yeah, I always am down to meet fellow YouTubers. Arizona seems pretty cool. I've been out to the Grand Canyon. Yeah,
bro, there's so many of us here. Zach Pope, Josh.
Yeah,
let's do it. Yeah. Let's do it. Arizona is one of the better states for COVID right now.
Yeah, I'm down one day, man.
Come down, catch the vid.
Favorite meat on tacos? Steak. Trevor.
You can't go wrong with some steak, man. So, my steak fajitas. Come on. You guys are making me hungry.
Yeah. What about you, Jack?
I think steak is really good. I like chicken. My mom makes this birria, which is like shredded meat, and that's like my favorite. That's undefeated. But that's like my mom. Like she's got
Yeah.
she's got it down. So
Yeah. Jaron Talks Movie says, great to see the love for Marriage Story, Jack. Not gonna lie, it could possibly be my top 20 of all time. It's perfection.
I will say watching it the second time, I really, really loved it the first time I watched it, but watching it the second time, I was like, oh my God, this is like so much better than I thought it was. Because just getting, I'm sorry. I'm sorry if I interrupted you. It's like Tenet, but like I know it sounds crazy, but like just hear me out. It's like Tenet in the case where you get to see more subtle things that you missed the first time. And in this movie, it's like, body language and facial expressions and stuff like that. And that gave me a huge appreciation for the performances. I was already on the Adam Driver should have won the Oscar train, even though Joaquin was by far the best. I was like, I would have loved for Adam Driver to win.
Agreed.
But the second watch, being able to just really watch their faces and their body movement and stuff, I have such a bigger appreciation for that film. And Jaron, it's not just me. Like my mom and dad both love that movie too now.
Yeah, I actually didn't love that movie the first time I saw it. It was like I felt like, I don't know. I need to rewatch it. I can't even give you my honest thoughts on it because it's been almost a year now, which is crazy since I've seen it because it came out in December. I remember I don't know if I want to revisit it because it was so depressing, but that's also the point. So I need to be in a mood to rewatch that one probably.
It holds up on rewatch, I will say.
Yeah. Okay, cool. I'll try and get around to that one again eventually because there's so many things to watch, but Ryan from Nerdy Blurb says, hey, what's going on, dude? Glad to see you here, man.
Ryan's dope.
Beast, yeah.
Love
thank
Ryan.
You again, man. Every time I get the chance to thank you for the new intro. I love it. You did a great job.
Bro, that
if anyone needs an intro,
that intro is sick.
Go over to Ryan from Nerdy Blurb TV. He's the man. Archer 183. Are you guys going to do a Halloween movie marathon in the month of October to get set up for Halloween? I think I'm gonna watch the Scream movies. I made that decision because I know my friend Andy loves the Scream franchise, and a fifth one's coming out eventually. So I've seen the first. I got to watch 2, 3, and 4. So I'll probably do those. I just got done marathoning the Saw movies, so that'll probably be the only one. But I'll watch some other horror movies. What about you, Trevor?
Yeah, you know what's crazy? I've never seen the Scream movies. I know they're making new ones. There's a lot of news coming about that, so I might try to dive into those a little bit because I'm tired of watching the same old horror, demonic stuff. I want to see something a little bit different. Maybe I'll watch all the Halloween, like the Rob Zombie Halloween movies too. Just go get a disaster Halloween movies and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. And Jack, what about you?
Yeah, Halloween's not my favorite holiday. I know it's a hot take for a lot of people. Like I said, Christmas by far my favorite. The way I see it after Halloween, it's Christmas time. It's just how it is. But probably not because one, I'm really busy because I'm graduating in December. So I'm looking for jobs and trying to finish my classes. So it's really tough to even watch movies now as it is. But I don't really dig horror. I will definitely watch It's a Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown. I know I keep plugging that movie, but I love it so much. But yeah, that'll probably be the one. And that's probably, I may watch some Conjuring movies if I see my girlfriend and we will watch those, but that's kind of it.
That's fair. Totally fair.
Christmas is a whole nother ball game though.
Oh, Christmas. I can't make time for all the, I watch as many as I can, like 20 plus near Christmas. It's crazy. I got to organize my days when that comes around, but that's another conversation. Jared Talks Movies. What would you name the franchise of Rian Johnson whodunit films? Honestly, the whodunit something, I don't know, something clever. I'm not I don't think I could think of the name right now, but if I really could think about it, I think that they could do something cool with that. What do you think, Trevor?
They could do how it's a donut hole inside another donut's hole. They could do Who Donuts? I don't know. That was something stupid.
That would be pretty good. That's pretty good.
I don't know. There's a big debate right now. Because Rian Johnson came out recently saying it's not a sequel. It's a kind of spin-off with just a detective and an entirely new cast of characters. It's called the Knives Out movies. I don't know, the Knives Out trilogy. That'd be fine.
Yeah. Do you agree, Jack?
I think I may have just come up with it, guys. And Rian Johnson, you can put the paycheck in the mail. So we know that the first family, and obviously they're not going to be in again, but he was the book guy. He wrote all those mystery novels. Bro, what's Daniel Craig's name? Something Blanc or
Benoit
whatever? Benoit Blanc. Make it the Benoit Blanc Chronicles. And it's a book. It could be like a book is one of the movies, and it's like a book. Bro, you could sell that like the merch, and I will put the check in the mail, Ryan Johnson.
Yeah. The Blanc Chronicles, something like that.
Blanc
that would
Chronicles,
be great.
something like that. You make it like that. Like, let's do it. Come on, I'm ready. Whatever studio made Knives Out.
Just start messaging him on Twitter right now, and he'll.
Anthony Mackie, cut the check. Let's go.
I want to see, you know how they always talked about it, like what he's famous for, like what Tony Collette says, like, hey, you're the guy who solved that one thing. I want to see that like before this one. You know how they addressed it several times, and I wonder if that's the route they're gonna go. Like it's Tony Collette. I don't know if you remember. I've seen the movie like 10 times. It's one of my favorite movies from last year. They're like they always got brought up. I know who you are, Mr. Blank. Jamie Lee Curtis says, they all know who he is. Let's find out why he became famous. That would be sick.
Yeah. Whatever he does, I'm sure it'll be great. I want him to have an all-star cast too. Like really have some fun with it. Like Adam Driver, etc. Gyllenhaal, maybe. What if he could snag Leo, like something crazy like that? I don't know.
That'd be crazy.
That's a dream.
I think he could have access to the entire anyone, because the first one was so great and so successural.
Yeah. There's no Christoph Waltz just steal all of Tarantino's.
I was gonna say if you did like a Brad Pitt Leo kind of new thing, maybe Jake Gyllenhaal, it would be such an expensive movie. But like you're telling me, like first Knives Out was so good. If you're gonna see Daniel Craig busting these crimes now with these new set of characters, how much like more excited you are. Like for much I love Knives Out, I'm so excited to see a new type of like new whodunit. Like that whole speech at the end and everything. I want Ransom. That's the thing trending right now. Since it's fall, it's Ransom sweater season. Everyone's saying all of his sweaters. God, it looks so comfy, man. I need to get some.
Yeah, I have one very similar to the one he wears in Knives Out that my girlfriend got for me, and it is pretty comfortable, and I'm ready to wear that thing soon. But Stranger Boy, corn dogs or hot dogs? Hot dogs for me, hot dogs. Do you agree, Trevor and Jack?
I'm gonna go corn dogs. Corn dogs for me, yeah.
Okay. Let's see. Doing some skipping around. Favorite pizza, Trevor.
Meat lovers. Yep, meat lovers all day. From this guy, I think Chick-fil-A lover might have asked us this before.
Favorite pizza for me is pepperoni, but I like it all really. Meat lovers is fine. Anything really. What about you, Jack?
It's pepperoni, man. I just had some pepperoni pizza today. Ooh.
So good, so classic.
Oh, that's a great one.
Stranger Boy asks, IHOP or Denny's? IHOP all day for me. I've never actually had. I had Denny's maybe once in my life. Do you agree, Jack?
IHOP 100%.
And Trevor?
Denny's all day, baby.
Denny's, okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Certain vids, hot pizza with cold toppings or cold pizza with hot toppings? How about I just say I like hot pizza and cold pizza. I know it's a toppings thing, but like cold pizza, like for breakfast too. I don't care if people think that's gross. That is fantastic. I will do that frequently. It's really good. So I'll say that. Kind of just turned the question on its head, but what do you think? Hot pizza or cold pizza, Trevor?
I always microwave my pizza about 10 seconds to give it a little bit of warmth. But if I'm on the go, if I got a piece of pizza, like on the go when I'm leaving for work in the morning, the cold pizza, dude, you can't beat 2 slices of cold pizza wrapped around paper towel with ice cold Coca-Cola. Mm-hmm. Come on, man. That's like the best breakfast in the world.
Yeah. What about you, Jack?
Yeah, I mean, I'm usually a hot pizza guy. I mean, it's just how I am.
Yeah.
I don't mind cold pizza either. I don't know. That's a tough one because it's like hot pizza or cold topping. I would say neither in that case because I don't know. That would be I don't know. That would be kind of weird. But
I know what you mean.
Yeah, it's I love pizza.
Yes. Favorite classic SpongeBob episodes? Mine are Band Geeks and the one where Mr. Krabs is obsessed with that board game. Is Band Geeks the one where they play at halftime of the?
Sweet,
that has to be victory. Yeah, that's number one by far for me. Is mayonnaise an instrument? I love that. It's great. So
the one I've probably seen the most. I don't know if this is like how classic. I'm pretty sure it's classic. Pinhead Taylor, what is it? Pinhead and what are the names?
Who are you calling Pinhead?
Yeah, when Sandy's hibernating and they steal all her fur. That's a great one too.
Yeah, there's so many classic ones for sure. I love the one with the shark driving instructor. He's like, "Tell my mother or tell my wife I loved her," and then he like jumps out of the car. SpongeBob's hilarious, dude. It really
Great
is.
show. Okay,
Um,
got to do this one. I think I talked about this one.
Okay.
Tying your shoes episode. You got to loop de loop and pull because your shoes are.
I don't
looking
remember that
cool.
one off the top of my head.
Dude, taught me how to tie my shoes. Like legit, like
Really?
helped me tie my shoes. Not exactly, but like helped me like start looping around and
Yeah.
stuff. I was saying that every time, no lie, I'm tying my shoes now. I'm like, you gotta loop de loop and pull.
Very, very good episodes of SpongeBob. We could sit here and make a SpongeBob episode stream
Sure
ranked
could,
or
yeah.
something, but there's a lot of classic ones. Connor V, favorite movie review channel. Of like the big people, I'd have to say Chris Stuckman was the first one I ever really started to enjoy watching. But I missed the schmoes, the classic Christian and Mark, like when they would review movies all the time. Those were great. So I'd say those. What about you, Trevor?
We're talking big boys. You can't go wrong. Honestly, I'm gonna go Austin Burke. I listen to him pretty much daily. Love Austin Burke.
Okay, awesome. What about you, Jack?
I was gonna say Austin Burke as well. His content is really well done.
So good.
On the bigger side, I would say Zach Pope. I mean, he's very he works his ass off, and I would say I watch a lot of his stuff as well. I mean, it's the same as you guys. Chris Stuckman is awesome. I like John Flickinger. I mean, he doesn't do a lot of reviews, but he does like funny type movies.
I love Flick Dick. Yeah.
But yeah, the schmoes, man. I miss the schmoes. I still listen and watch all their stuff, but yeah. And Film Stock and Film Geeks. I mean, they're the best. You can't say Fanatic Films anymore because Fanatic Films is not a movie review channel.
No movie reviews, yeah. Let's see. Big Bang or That 70s Show? That 70s Show boat race for me, like a landslide. What about you, Trevor?
Landslide. Sitting around as a kid, I never knew why they like whenever they're in a circle and they moved. As a kid, you just think they're being funny, but now you know they're stoned out of their minds. So like, they're just laughing. But as a kid, you just think it's funny. That's a great show. Red is my dad. Like I say that all the time, but Red is the epitome of my dad. My dad's like, you know why you have a headache? It's because you're a dumbass. Like my dad's that guy.
Yeah, Red Foreman, great. What about you, Jack?
I love both of them. They each have their quirks that I really like. I just really started watching The Big Bang Theory for the first time. I love how I feel like I connect to those guys, not in like the science and like being really smart like that, because no, that's why I'm in journalism. But like just the nerdness, I love it.
Yeah. What's the most disappointed you've ever been in a theater? Trevor, I'll let you go first.
Most disappointed I've been. I'm not gonna say this was like a huge disappointment, but definitely felt a little underwhelming. Man, Tenet. I hate to say it to you guys. I know you guys both love it.
Yeah.
I fell asleep in Tenet. Like I did in the middle of it, and I know it's hard, and I know I need to give it a rewatch, but like I can't get myself back to the theater to rewatch it. Like movies like Broken Hearts Gallery, I prefer a lot more than Tenet. Like I like a lot more on Tenet that came out recently. Magic Camp. I like a lot more on Tenet. Yeah. So
you're telling me with that obnoxiously loud score and sound mixing, you still fell asleep?
So
the big complaint from everyone is
yeah. So I will say it's a beautifully made film. I never talked about it on my channel. I don't do much movie reviews anymore either. I need to try to get back on them. But Tenet is a beautifully made film. The best made film of the year. Yes. It is. If I see it a second time, I'll probably understand a lot more. Dude, it's way too confusing. It's unnecessarily confusing on your first watch. And like Chris says now, it's not confusing. When he first came out of theater, he literally told me, I don't think I've ever been more confused in my life. I came out of the theater. I watch a lot of movies. I probably watched like 400 movies this year. Like I think I have a decent understanding of them. My girlfriend was like, so what happened? And I was like, I was hoping you could tell me because I have no idea. Like none. Score, probably my favorite score of all time now. It was my rib cage was vibrating in this chair, dude. It was insane. I was literally like, oh my God. But I left a little sour taste in my mouth. I was lost. Sorry, guys.
I will say that after Jack and I talked it out on his spoiler review spoiler discussion on his channel, that was very clarifying. And then there's YouTube videos too. But the second watch, especially after watching some YouTube videos, the second watch, I followed it almost completely.
I don't know maybe I'm just like hashtag big brain stat or something. It clicked. it clicked for me the first time.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know if like the score like flipped the switch in my mind, like rattled my brain for me. I got it. I don't know. I walked out of it the first time absolutely loving it. It's by far my favorite film of the year. But after talking to Chris about it, watching more videos on it, going in the second time, knowing what to look for, it cemented it as like my favorite of the year. Like I don't think, well, there's really nothing coming out for the rest of the year, but I don't think anything will top it the rest of the year.
I think it's probably going to be my number one too, unless Soul takes it down. Unless
Dune comes out and like
I would say Dune, maybe.
Then Dune, maybe, but I don't know. I think Dune may get pushed back, unfortunately, which would
I agree.
Be sad.
We'll have to see. Yeah. Speaking of rib cage rattling, do you like ribs, Trevor?
I love some ribs, boy. Come on, some beef or pork. I don't know. I think I'm more pork than beef.
Ribs. I just get ribs. I don't know. I just order ribs. Yeah, but I love some good ribs. Probably pork though. What about you, Jack?
I think my dad does pork. I think.
Yeah.
I
don't know if I've had beef ribs. I don't know.
Beef ribs or pork ribs are more like thick. They have like more meat on them. Like beef ribs are super to the bone. So pork ribs like a nice like little layer of fat, you know, and like under it's just juicy meat. You just oh my god, mouth watering.
So good, yeah. Far From Home or Ragnarok? Ragnarok for me.
Ragnarok, and it's not even close. It's like not even funny. Like not even close at all.
Okay. And what about you, Jack?
I'm pretty sure it's Ragnarok. I'd have to go look back and look at my ranking. Actually, I have it right here. Yeah, it's Ragnarok. Oh, is it? You know, right now, I would say right now it's probably Ragnarok. I think in my ranking, I think Far From Home is higher. But that was when I did my quarantine MCU watch marathon.
Yeah.
But I think overall, Ragnarok is a more sound. It's funnier. I think it's a better movie.
Hilarious.
Certain vids, number one pet peeve during film discourse. I don't like when people like state something as if it's factual almost, you know, like I don't know if that makes sense, but it doesn't. Like I don't really even get bothered that much when having discourse, but if someone was like there's no other right answer or something, it's just like I don't know, people can have their opinions. What do you think, Trevor?
Yeah, it's like I know like anymore I'm finding more and more people like Lord of the Rings trilogy is my favorite trilogy of all time. Some of my favorite movies of all time. People who like don't like them, and like if they ever like to the point like I don't understand like why it's taking 3 movies to throw a ring in a fire. Like that makes no sense. You know, like people who come out like that, like I've seen some people do that. It's like you're kind of like it's almost like disrespecting why someone else likes it. You know, it's like you could be like I don't understand the hype. Like I just don't. I love it as much as everyone else. You know.
Yeah.
Like I don't know.
What about you, Jack?
Yeah, I have 2. One is it's not the MCU haters. It's not that. It's the people that don't give the MCU credit for what it accomplished.
Yeah.
I can understand if someone's like, if superhero movies just aren't their thing, if the MCU is just not their cup of tea, but it's the ones that completely discount it and think it's just childish and stuff and they don't even think about everything that the MCU accomplished. I mean, it's incredible what the MCU is able to accomplish. Yeah. And then the other one is, and this is just personal. It's when people tell me, "Oh, you need to watch more movies." That's just a pet peeve for me because I'm like, okay, bro, I know. Because like I got that comment a lot in my 100 favorite movies of all time list last year. I got that comment a lot. And I understand I haven't seen a lot of the classic movies. I haven't. It's just how it is. I don't need people continuously restating to me that I need to watch more movies because I know, you know, it's whatever, you know, I'll get to them eventually.
Like anyone who's saying that to you, there's like a boatload of movies they haven't seen either. So like no one has seen every movie. So I agree with you. Like just because some people have seen more classics than others doesn't mean that they're like better. And I feel like some people are like, oh, I've seen this movie and you haven't, so I'm better than you. It's like, there's a movie like that for everyone. You know what I mean? So I hear you completely with that.
My girlfriend's parents are like, my girlfriend's dad. Like, I haven't seen Caddyshack. I haven't seen a lot of movies like past, like my age group, 99 to 2020. I've seen a lot of movies. From past that, I haven't. And my girlfriend's out like, you haven't seen Caddyshack? You haven't seen this? Dude, you can't be a movie guy if you haven't seen that. I know he's joking, but it's also like,
I know what you mean. That, yep. Yeah.
Like a huge movie fan, it's kind of like, it just rubs me the wrong way. It's like, just because I haven't seen like these old ass movies doesn't mean I'm not a movie fan. Like, have you seen Whiplash? Yeah. Have you seen La La Land? No, you haven't, son. You know?
I know how you feel. Yeah.
Yeah. Something like that.
Yeah. Favorite Owen Wilson movie? Mine is Drill Bit Taylor. Trevor, what's your favorite Owen Wilson movie?
Agreed. I love Drill Bit Taylor. One of my favorite comedies of all time. It's freaking brilliant.
Okay. What about you, Jack?
I have not actually seen a lot of Owen Wilson movies. I love him as a guy. I think he's freaking hilarious. I will say one I saw this year, though, is Bottle Rocket. It's Wes Anderson's directorial debut. He's hilarious in that movie. He's so funny. Oh, you should.
I haven't seen that one. I've only seen Grand Budapest from him.
Yeah, I haven't seen a Wes Anderson movie.
Yeah. Oh man, come on. He's got some.
I know.
I'm not going to tell you. You need to watch more movies.
I was about to say, am I not a movie fan?
No. I mean, I saw Grand Budapest and Bottle Rocket this year. Like that was the first time. But yeah, Bottle Rocket. The story behind how it got made is fascinating. I'll just say that. And then Owen Wilson's freaking hilarious in that movie.
Yeah. I'd say The Internship with Vince Vaughn. That movie's hilarious. So I'd have to say that one.
It's a great one.
This is a quick question. What is a film that every collection should have from Eddie S? I think it just depends on what everyone likes, but it's hard to not have like at least the original trilogy of Star Wars movies. In my opinion. That's just my opinion. But what do you think, Trevor?
I would go kind of hard. Cause I'm thinking of like really like movie IMDb. Like I don't own Shawshank. I don't own those, but like Pulp Fiction? That's like a really, really loved movie.
I was thinking about saying Pulp Fiction. Yeah.
Pulp Fiction is probably one everyone should have. I haven't seen it, but I have it.
Yeah.
That one's tough.
What do you think, Jack?
It's tough. I mean, you could do like the Toy Story movies are great. But I mean, it does really depend on what you like. Like I could say, like for me, it would be like Inception or like La La Land or something like that, or like Avengers Endgame. But it's completely up to whatever you like.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah. Sports question. Max says, do the Bucks have playoff chances this year?
Yes.
Trevor, I'll let you go first, Trevor. Or Jack, you can go first, Jack.
Oh, no, I just said it. Trevor.
Go, Trevor.
If they don't, it would be like one of the biggest chokes in NFL history. They should go 11-5. NFC is going to be tough. I don't know if they make it out of the NFC. With how the Packers are looking, maybe Seahawks. Saints looked a little iffy the other day after losing to the Raiders. But you got Tom. If they start playing Tom Brady football, they will be all right. You know, it's going to take, I think, no preseason's hurting a lot of people. Like 49ers, they're done. They lost everyone. Like, it's sad to see everyone tearing their knees, breaking their ankles. I'm like, dang, preseason's you need it, dude. You really do. It's sad. And I'm hoping the Vikings turn it around before 4 weeks, you know, but we'll see.
Do you think they have a playoff shot, Jack?
Yes, I do. And I'm not going to get into the whole sports journalism discussion stuff, but I will say this really quick. Knowing Tom Brady as a Patriot fan, week one was rough, but it's like Trevor said, no preseason, no really off season. He didn't get to learn the system as much as he wanted to. You know, Tom Brady's one of the hardest working people in sports. But he looked great week 2. Now, granted, I don't think they played anyone that great. I don't remember.
Panthers.
Yeah, not really that great. Yeah. But I trust Bruce Arians because he was in Arizona for some years when Kurt Warner was there. I trust Bruce Arians as like a quarterback whisperer. And when he figures out what Tom can do best, they'll be fine. And each conference has an extra playoff spot this year too. So I don't.
Oh, do they?
Yeah, each conference has an extra playoff spot this year. Actually,
7 now, right?
It's not even just this year; it's forever. Like that was.
Yeah,
that's actually pretty cool.
Yeah. So if they don't, that like Trevor said, that would be a choke job. I'm rooting for Tom because I still think he's the GOAT, and I want him. Well, you should come to where I'm at and listen to all my friends in sports. If any of you guys are in here, which I don't think you are, you know who I'm talking about. A lot of them will argue he's not. And if he went to the playoffs with the Bucks this year and actually like went far, that would cement him, I think. BC doesn't need Bill Belichick.
Yeah, I think they do have a definite playoff shot. When you bring in Leonard Fournette too, you have Tom Brady, Mike Evans, Rob
God, so
Gronkowski
many
coming out of
people, man.
retirement. Like you got so many people. Is Chris Godwin on there or Goodwin? I always say his name wrong.
I
Is
believe,
he on
yeah,
there? Yeah.
believe
Yeah.
so.
So yeah, you got talent. Let's see. Nerdy Blurb TV. What's a movie you saw in theaters that was ruined by you going to the bathroom? I usually hold it no matter what, but I can't think of the last time I got up to go pee during a movie. I really can't.
Me either.
Do you have one, Jack?
I am no, I don't. If I have to go, I have to go. So I don't really. But I don't remember the last time. Like Endgame, the first night, I knew what I was getting into. So I was like training for that thing. I was like,
Yeah.
I'm not drinking anything hours
Yeah.
before. I'm not like, so I knew for that time I would. The second time I saw Endgame, I did actually go to the bathroom, but I already knew. I had already seen everything.
Yeah.
But no, not that I can remember. I usually try to hold it in as well for movies that I really want to see. If it's like a random movie, then yeah, if I have to go, I'll go.
Yeah, like if I've seen the movie, I will go on my second viewing. But on the first one, I get up to pee like right before, like during the preview, so that I'm like empty before. The
I
movie
always go
starts.
right before I go into the theater. Always.
Yeah, same here. Same here. What's from Max? What's the video you've made that's the most different from all your other videos? Trevor, do you have any?
When I first started YouTube, my second video ever is like a vlog. So yeah, don't go watch that.
Like what kind of vlog though? Like because we do
So,
Blu-ray vlog.
No, that's different. It's like I live on a farm, so I did like a basically in the life of my. So I walked around my ranch and like showed all my animals and stuff like that. I was actually really proud of the video at the time. I loved it. But like if I go watch a video from last year or the beginning of this year, I want to punch myself in the face. I think everyone kind of does. Like that means you're getting more comfortable. You think you're getting better, but yeah, don't like to go down the memory lane of YouTube videos. Whew.
Jack, do you have any that come to mind?
Yeah, I mean, well, obviously, like I've been doing YouTube for it's either over 5 or over 6 years now, and I've had so many different iterations of the channel. Like I started as like a gaming channel, and then I did like lifestyle like vlogs and stuff. This has been my favorite iteration, I would say. But I would say the one in this iteration that's the most different is last year. I did a week in the life of a sports journalism major.
I remember
at
that.
ASU. And that's probably the most different from any, like, because everything else I do is movies. But that one is actually one that I'm the most proud of because I have had multiple people that are like high school seniors, high school juniors reach out to me that have been interested. And I've Zoomed with people. I've had like texted, DM'd people, kind of just helping them figure out what they want to do. And obviously I'm not going to tell them what to do because it's their decision. But that felt kind of cool to like do that. And people be like, oh, hey, I saw this. I want to pick your brain. I was like, oh, that's kind of cool.
That's very cool, man.
It's very different, but it was one of the most rewarding ones, I would say. And I've planned out all my videos through November. And I actually have one of those coming out in, I think, next month. I'm going to do like week in the life of an almost graduated looking for a job senior in college. I don't know.
I'll be interested in seeing that one for sure. Yeah, I'll be there soon.
A lot of me sitting on my couch.
Yep, just chilling. Yeah. For me, it's probably the movie theater trip vlogs. Those are a lot of fun for me, though. I want to do those again sometime. Certain vids, most overrated Star Wars movie. Let's get right down and dirty. Let's get to the controversy, folks. Either love or hate this movie. It's Star Wars The Last Jedi. It's the most overrated. I don't see the love for it. Totally respect anyone who likes the movie. I think that some people in this stream do. I think I might be outnumbered. But I just think it's extremely overrated. People are like, it's the best directed Star Wars movie. And I'm just like, it's not, in my opinion. But I see where you're coming from, I guess. It's visually probably the most beautiful of them all. I will admit that. But no, I think it's just, no, not for me. Trevor, most overrated Star Wars movie?
I don't think there is one. I love Star Wars. Star Wars is Star Wars to me. I love it all.
Jack, what about you?
I was going to say that I'm kind of on the same wavelength as Trevor, besides the first two prequels, which actually now because of the Clone Wars animated show, I have more respect for those two, but they're still not great. I guess I would, if I had to pick, I would say The Last Jedi, but I do enjoy that movie though. I do like it. I would say it's overrated in the sense of some people do think it is the best Star Wars movie.
Right.
And in that case,
that's what I was thinking.
Come on. I really don't think it is.
No.
So I would say that one probably because there are some people that think it is like the best. But I mean, you know, like Trevor said, Star Wars and Star Wars. I mean, it's great.
I love it all.
Max asks, "What's the current state of the film saga podcast?"
Yeah, I want to know. I want to know. Let's hear it. I want to know. I love that podcast. Let's hear it.
Yeah, we just took a little hiatus. We really we wanted to hit the drawing board again. I think that happens with things like we're in finding our footing. I think we did 6 episodes, right, Trevor? 6?
Yeah, we 6 weeks in a row, and then it's not. If we got to the point we wanted to do this podcast, we thought we wanted to have it was to be fun. To do this and be fun like these live streams, and through the 6 weeks, we decided to take a break. I mean, I'm gonna be completely blunt. We had a conversation. I was like, whenever we did it, we were probably 25 minutes to record an episode the other day, and we both kind of started laughing, and we were like, "Yeah, this isn't that fun, man." Like we felt like we were trying to force the conversation. Mm-hmm. So something we're thinking about doing is maybe rebranding, possibly renaming, and maybe not next week, but the week after, we might be trying to shoot for an episode, something a lot different than normally. Like we'll talk about movies, but like not be the main focus. It'll basically more be like an insight for you guys into our lives, what we're trying to do, and kind of talk about like what we want to talk about. Does that make sense? Like if it's like a viral video that we think's funny, we can talk about that viral video that we think's funny. Stuff like that. Just try to be, I don't know. Like we did the mock scores, we did all things with it, just fun. But like doing all those things too, it got to the point where like maybe it's not that fun. I don't know. That's where it's a really good question, Max. I was waiting for someone to ask. I really was.
Yeah, I was too. I knew that. I wonder if you thought I was going to skip it or not. I have to address it, of course. Yeah. It's not going anywhere. Like we're going to keep doing a podcast. It might not be weekly. I can tell you that. It might be by like every other week. I think would be the plan, just because we might stop doing it over StreamYards and like put editing into it and stuff like that. Yeah. Try and up the production quality of it a little bit. But yes, Trevor and I will keep talking whatever with in a podcast format in the coming weeks. We'll be back. Let's see. Eddie S says, "Don't know if my question got deleted, but I asked what's a film that should be in every collection." Oh, we already did answer that one. So yeah. Yep. Let's see. Some of these are repeats. I'm just going to keep going. Have you seen American Beauty? Yes, I have. I own it on Blu-ray. I think that it's a really great movie. It's weird to rewatch because, like you say here, Kevin Spacey's in it, and like the role he's playing is interesting. But I also just kind of separate the art from the artist sometimes. So it is what it is. I know that there's controversy around it, but have you seen it, Jack or Trevor?
I haven't.
It's on my watch list.
Dan Schneider.
I'm laughing about those, man.
Is that true?
He did the Nickelodeon show, so I certainly hope not.
We know Quentin Tarantino does, so thank you, Jason.
What's the movie where he gets the full foot on his face like at a strip club?
I think that's the Dusk
Proof,
Till Dawn movie, or From Dusk Till Dawn.
I
could be wrong. Yeah, okay, I haven't seen it, but Death Proof, I don't remember. I know that he like has something happens. Yeah.
But, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, that scene with the Manson family members, like I told my girlfriend, like, what do you notice right here? Everyone's feet were way up, like higher, like everyone's sitting uncomfortable with their feet up. I was like, that is disgusting, man. That's really, really gross.
Yeah.
I have an anti-foot fetish.
Let's see. I'm looking for like some original questions here because we've answered a lot of these in prior live streams, so I'm doing some skipping around. Least favorite Tarantino directed movie, if you like Tarantino. I love Tarantino. I've seen all his movies, completed his filmography for the first time this year, but least favorite directed is definitely Death Proof for me. There's no Tarantino, nothing special about it. The dialogue isn't like as sharp as it usually is, and it's almost like 2 movies in one. If you watch it, you'll understand, but I'll say that. Jack, do you have a least favorite Tarantino directed movie?
Yeah, and I haven't seen his entire filmography, so it's tough. Like I haven't seen like Death Proof or Jackie Brown or any of those like really younger movies. Don't hate me, because it's kind of a hot take. But and I still like the movie, but Reservoir Dogs is probably my least favorite right now. Okay. Because it's in one room, and I get the shtick kind of what it's doing, and I respect it. But it was just kind of like it was good, but it wasn't what I expected, and so that was kind of a letdown for me. So I'd probably say Reservoir Dogs. It's still a great movie, and I get what they were trying to do. but I love some of his other movies.
Yeah. Do you agree with Reservoir Dogs, Trevor?
Yeah, I've only seen Bastards, Django, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, Reservoir Dogs. So like, I love Bastards and Django, and Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Reservoir Dogs is good, but definitely my least favorite of the ones I've seen.
Yep. Most pretentious movie you've ever seen? Perhaps Roma. I think I'll go with that. Maybe. There's definitely one that I'm missing though. But what about you, Trevor? Do you have any that you think are super pretentious?
So like, okay, so like when people say this, do they mean like a certain says down here, like pretending it's way more than it actually is?
Yeah, it's like it's hard to pinpoint. Many people say American Beauty is pretentious. A lot of people do. It's like a thing that it's known for. It's almost like it's really hard to define. Like I think you just have to look it up, honestly.
Okay, so like if like we're just gonna say pretending something way more than it actually is, certain bid's gonna kill me. Spider-Man 2, dog. I'm gonna say it.
Whoa!
I don't think everyone like you said like pretending is way more than it is. When I watched it, I kind of got.
I'm googling the definition so I can read.
Yeah, let's Google the definition before I go anything.
I don't know if that fits the criteria. It's like attempting to impress by affecting greater importance, talent, culture than is
that doesn't count.
So a pretentious literary device.
I thought what certain said like pretending is more than it actually is. I didn't think that was like the right fitting. So
pretentious is like like I'm so formal right now, pinky up, like stuff like that's pretentious.
Got it.
It's Citizen Kane. That's
Citizen Kane's very
for me. That's
extremely
sure.
It's Citizen Kane. They're like, this is cinema. It's the best.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
I
Citizen Kane is a very pretentious movie.
That's my answer
for sure. Some Kubrick movies could fall into that category too. I know you get heat for that, but like I think Doctor Strangelove's a little pretentious, in my opinion. But
sure.
Let's see. Doing some skipping around here. Suicide Squad is pretentious. I don't know. That movie's garbage to me. I don't even know. That might be nice. I don't know. Let's see. Most overrated movie of last year from certain. I'm trying to think of like the best picture nominee. I think at the time I thought Marriage Story was super overrated. I need to rewatch the movie. I know a lot of people love it. Both of you are big fans, but that was probably my answer at the time at the end of the year. What about you, Trevor?
The Irishman.
Okay. Irishman? Yeah. I mean, I really liked the movie. It made my top 10. I haven't gone back and revisited it because it's almost 4 hours, it feels like. But I still really enjoyed it when I watched it. Like, I really enjoyed the movie. Like, it was Scorsese, classic, like, mob Scorsese. So I enjoyed it. But I can see that for sure. A lot of people would say Once Upon a Time in Hollywood or Joker if you asked, like, people on film Twitter.
Yeah.
But that's another time. Film Fanatic says 1917 is pretty overrated. I think it was a little overrated too. Sorry, Jack.
Get out of here.
I love the cinematography, but
that
like
movie is awesome, man. Are you kidding me?
I just couldn't get on. Like, it was anticlimactic to me, which is crazy to say, but the big moment was like the trailer shot. Like, and I was like, what? Like, I thought there was going to be something more to it.
And it was so like it was so deserved at the end. Like you
I differ.
That film's my top 5 of last year, man. I love that film.
Yeah, I know. My brother and my brother's friend love it. They were like, "You're gonna love this movie." One of them says it's one of his favorite movies of all time, and I was just like, for whatever reason, I just didn't love it.
I know you did, which is crazy to me. But like that story, like you tell me, like when like spoiler alert, but like the homeboy dies, like you weren't like hella sad.
That blew my mind,
bro.
I didn't know that. I did
not expect that at all.
When they pull the guys, spoilers for 1917, but you should have seen it already. When they pull the guy out of the plane, and then like Schofield or whatever, the main character, like looks at the plane, and then you just hear the other guy yelling, and I'm like, what? He just got stabbed. He got stabbed. What? Yeah. And then I was like, they're gonna heal him, but then I'm like, oh no, he's dead.
My girlfriend and I were literally like, are you kidding me? Like, are you freaking kidding me? Okay.
Well, go
ahead. Sorry.
I'm sorry. No, I don't. I'm so sorry. I keep interrupting you guys. I'm sorry.
You're chill.
I'm so like, I love this movie so much. When he walks up to Richard Madden's character at the end of the movie, my heart broke because he's like, "Oh, my brother came. Where's my brother?" And I'm like, "He's dead,
dude." Oh my god! And you know, Chris, anything with brothers, bro, my heart's freaking torn.
Yeah.
I think 1917 is beautiful, the best made film of last year. I love it a lot. I want to talk about this. Have you guys? Because we're probably gonna wrap it up soon because we're up at the 2 hour mark. Have you guys seen Just Mercy? Because it is probably the most underseen, underrated, underappreciated movie of last year, and it's because it did a stupid limited release in December, full release in January. I hate movies do that, but
I hate that so much.
Just Mercy with Michael B. Jordan, Jamie Foxx, Brie Larson is heart wrenching, man. It's a
Haven't
great
seen it, man.
movie. You guys got to see it.
My girlfriend saw that movie and she said she loved it. She keeps telling me to watch. I haven't seen it yet, but I do want to see it.
Yeah. My girlfriend, she sobbed like her eyes out. And there's a certain scene you'll see, like it's crazy how like just emotionally attached you get to these characters, and it's a really, really, really good movie.
Yeah. Speaking of movies that make you cry, Onward, both times I've cried. It gets me, man.
I love
tear
Onward
up.
so much. Yeah.
I did tear up. That was actually the last movie I saw in theaters before it
Same
was
here.
Corona time.
Same here. Yep. Film fanatic. Speaking of Chris Evans, did you see his mishap on Insta? Unfortunately, I might have seen something on Twitter.
So well.
He did.
Now that I have your attention.
Afterwards? Yeah. Now that I have your attention, vote. I was like, yes.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And like even Mark Ruffalo and his brother was like
his brother was like, I was off social media yesterday. What I missed. I won't get into certain things people said. Yeah.
I will say only Chris Evans could have something like that happen, and nothing happens. Because like usually when something like that happens, people get in trouble.
You're done. You're
over. Done. But only Chris Evans could do that. And yeah.
Some people were super creative with their stuff. I won't tell them, but like some people were super, super creative. But like I saw Chris Evans was trending, and when that happens, generally something like really, really bad. Like I was like, oh, don't say like Chris Evans passed away or something. That's what I first thought. I was like, oh my God, I was about to like die. Yeah. And then someone's like, when you find out what Chris Evans is trending for, and then someone posted a picture. So I click on his picture. I'm like looking around, and it's like I don't see anything. Then I'm like, oh, whoa, man. It's just unfortunate. And he came out on a like a talk show, and he addressed it. He was like, yeah, it happens. It's embarrassing. Roll the punches. I was like, there you go, man.
Yeah. You just don't snap stuff of that. Like,
yeah,
what are you doing, dog? Yeah,
I would never, because it's like, I mean, I'm not important enough to be hacked, but like if I was, whoa. Yeah. So like I would never do something like that. I don't trust the internet.
Yeah. I thought maybe he would come out and say like it was fake. Like I got hacked and it's really unfortunate because like that camera roll feed, you like see all the pictures in it. It looked weird, but
yeah.
Anyways, it happens. What are you gonna do? I guess.
Yeah.
Don't take stupid pictures on your phone, people. Don't do it.
What I'm saying, just don't do it because then it won't happen.
Exactly. Yeah. Eddie S, another food question. I'm getting hungry. Favorite fast food place? I'm from Texas, so I gotta say mine is Whataburger. I've never really had that, so I can't speak to that. But my favorite fast food place is 100% either Chick-fil-A. It's really hard to top, but Zaxby's. I don't know if y'all have. I know Trevor doesn't have Zaxby's, but Zaxby's so good. It's like chicken fingers, fries, your toast. It's kind of like Cane's if you've had Raising Cane's, which. You have that in Arizona? They have one in Georgia, and it's in Athens, where Georgia is. And so Cane's smacks.
Arizona is the America of fast food. It's like the melting pot. We're like, I don't know why, like we just happen to be situated in a place where we have basically everything. So we have Whataburger, we have In-N-Out, we have Cane's, we have everything. Cane's. And
I love Cane's.
It's so good. Yeah. But I would have to say Chipotle.
Okay.
Chipotle's my ish.
Yeah. I love Moe's. I don't know if you have Moe's, but I love Moe's.
Yeah, I think we might have one or two. Yeah. I don't think I've ever been there before though. Mexican food I've lived in Arizona all my life, so Mexican food's obviously huge. But
yeah.
Mexican food's the best. It's the best.
Yeah. And what about you, Trevor?
Gotta go. You already said Chick-fil-A, so I want to take that. In-N-Out. Love In-N-Out a lot, but I don't know if this counts as fast food. Panda Express, bro. I can eat Panda Express like three times a week. Orange chicken and chow mein plate, double orange chicken all day, or the black pepper chicken. Oh my God!
If you can take it to go, I count it as fast food. I said exactly. Chipotle. Like I said Chipotle. Yeah. Like you can take Chipotle to go. Like
fast casual kind of.
Yeah,
that's what I say. There's like drive-through there's like different tiers, and then there's like. Upper like a nicer fast food, which is like certain sub places where you can grab stuff to go. Panda, stuff like that. Chipotle, yeah. Isla Turner, opinion on How I Met Your Mother. It's one of the great sitcoms of all time. I really enjoy it. Yeah, it's a classic to me.
Never
What do you
seen
think,
it.
Trevor? Never seen
Never
it?
seen it.
Have you seen it, Jack?
I haven't finished it, but I've seen a good chunk of it, and it's really, really good.
Yeah, it's very funny. Film Fanatic, the most well-acted movie you've seen for me, it's One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. The phenomenally acted film. Can't argue there. That's such a tough, loaded question that I can't really answer off the top of my head, but I might say like The Departed has a really well-acted film, and they all should have been nominated for Oscars. I think all four of the Wahlberg, Nicholson, Leo, and Damon all should have been nominated. I'll say that off the top of my head. There's a lot more that are well-acted too. But what about you, Trevor?
Immediately, my mind went to Perks Being Wallflower, Little Women, but I've already talked about them. So I'm going to go something that's most impressive to me, Miracle, because those guys who played those athletes played the athletes were actual like college hockey players. They needed kids who could skate. And if you look at their background, majority of them played at Boston College or Minnesota, and they could act damn good. Like Jack O'Callahan, that actor in that movie is like damn good. Mark McClanahan, Mikey Ruzioni. God, I play for the United States of America. God, dude, it's a beautiful movie. I think that's most impressive to me, that these kids who never acted before give great performances. So real. Yeah.
And Jack, do you have any that come to mind?
Oh yeah, well, this was easy right away. I think Marriage Story. I mean, it's Adam Driver is amazing. Scarlett Johansson's amazing. Laura Dern won the Oscar. She's amazing. It's just the top three main characters were all just some of the best acting I've ever seen.
Yeah, I mean, it was a very well-acted movie. Scorsese usually has movies, by the way, just in the vein of The Departed, that are super well-acted, I think. So, yeah. And I think we're about to wrap this thing up. We're at the 2-hour mark. I see certain said we don't tolerate 1917 slander. I still think it's a really good movie. I just don't think it's the best last year. And if I missed any questions, I apologize. But I think that is actually going to do it. Thank you all for sticking around. I know I missed a bunch of questions. Some got deleted. It just happens sometimes. We'll be back next week for another one. But before I get out of here, I'm going to let these gentlemen have the floor. Let them plug where you can find them on social media. I have a lot of the links in the description down below, but they can still tell you that and tell them what content they have coming soon. Trevor, I'll let you go first.
Cool. So, first off, thanks for doing this, Jack. It was actually really dope to finally meet you, man. So that was awesome. And for me, you can find me over at Film Geeks on YouTube, TrevSandra1 on Twitter, Trevor Sandra on Instagram. I'm pretty more active on Instagram than Twitter. And tomorrow, I finally watched The Mandalorian. I have a Mandalorian video recorded. I just have to edit that. Probably do that tonight. So that'll be up tomorrow. Some Disney Plus reviews on Friday. And this weekend, I'm starting a new series, like a complete new series, something I've never done before, which I'm very, very excited about. That's coming this weekend or possibly Monday.
Very cool. Looking forward to all that. Definitely head over to Trevor's channel, Film Geeks, and show him some love. But Jack, the birthday boy himself, let the people know where they can find you, man.
Well, first of all, I want to say thank you, Chris, for having me on. Trevor, likewise to you. It was great to finally do something with you. We're gonna get you on eventually soon. But yeah, I mean, you guys. He's got most of the links down below. It's either Fanatic 15 or Fanatic Films for all my movie content. If you want to follow along on my professional journey, like I said, I'm graduating in December, going into to sports journalism. Jack Lauderay, ASU. I tweet a lot on both of those, but those ones are my main ones for my professional stuff. If you just want to happen to see any of that stuff. But coming up, favorite movie and why. I got 2 great episodes coming up. Certain Vids this next Monday, and then Nerdy Blurb the Monday after. We are continuing on the top 100 favorite movies of all time. That is coming up soon as well as Blu-ray content. We've got 100 Movies I Missed Challenge. I got some big updates coming on that. And yeah, just more fun movie content. I did all of my I planted all my videos through November. So it's going to be good. So more collabs too. So thank you, Chris, for having me on. It was awesome.
Yeah, for sure. Thank you for joining, and definitely head over to Jack's channel, Fanatic Films, and hit that subscribe button for both these guys. They have awesome content great friends in the space. As for the Film Stock channel, I have a review of The Boys Season 1 coming out tomorrow, I believe. Watch that on Amazon. I love the show. Loved it. So I'm excited to talk about it. I have a special episode of Now Playing, the new vlog movie night series. I'm picking the movie this time, and you'll see why when that comes out. I cannot wait for that. But I have some other content planned for you guys in the future, so just stay tuned. Next week, I'll be back with another live stream, so stay tuned for that. And yeah, thank you all for sticking around. If you're watching the replay, consider hitting the like button. And until next time, I'll see you guys later. Bye. Have a good one.